Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How is Mange? No. Not with you guys though. I'm upset with everyone. I'm not with you guys. Not with you guys. I'm upset with like the humans around me, the normies. I'm angry with the normies. They don't leave me alone. I'm like, leave me alone. I want to spend time with my Astros. Leave me alone, you normies. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you. You damn normies, leave me alone. Oh my god, that's me imagining that I'm headbutting all those people who are just like gone. Like, oh my god, there's just... Do you ever know that feeling when you're just trying to do your own thing? And then everyone's like throwing blame on you. And they're like... And you're just like in your own lane, doing your own thing. And you're just like, oh, what? And they're like, well, why don't you come visit me? Literally, I'm like just a door down the street now. Like why don't the rain shouldn't be, or the rain and the snow and the storms shouldn't be a problem. You should come visit me. Like, you're obviously depressed. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to rest. I have my roommate. My roommate's like basically the person who, oh god, I'm suddenly dreading my choices in life. Oh. The consequences of my choice. Yeah, hi everyone though. Good morning. Good Monday. Good morning. Everything was totally peaceful, totally nice. I was sipping my tea, watching the snow fall down, and then suddenly my phone is like, and I was like, who's bombarding me? And basically one of my future roommates like pissed with me. They're pissed with me, and I'm like, why are you upset with me? I'm like, what did I do? I literally did nothing. And apparently that's the reason why she's upset with me. She's upset with me because I did nothing. Because I do nothing. And I'm like, and then she's like, I don't understand. Like, why didn't you come see me in the weekend? Like, I'm literally a door down this, like the street. And I'm like, well, you know, it's gotta. I mean, yesterday you told me you were gonna be busy. She literally told me Sunday she was gonna be fucking busy. That not to come because Sunday's gonna be busy. And if you wanted to come on Saturday. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, she's gonna be busy on Sunday. So what if I don't want to go on Saturday? So I was messaging her on Saturday. I was like, you know, hey, are you free? I'll hop over there on Sunday and hang out with you guys and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, well, Sunday I'm gonna be busy. If you want to hop over here, you have to do it now. And I was like, laying down, watching I think I was watching I don't remember what I was watching, but I was just laying down, chilling, and like having a coffee. I'm like, and in my mind, I love how I read these texts, and in my mind, I was like, ain't no fucking way I'm getting up right now. I'm like, ain't no fucking way I'm getting off my ass right now. On a Saturday evening, you know, and so like, it's just like, and so like, well, she's gonna be busy tomorrow, so, you know, I guess I'll see her on Monday. And then what happened is Sunday passed by, right? And then Sunday it started snowing really bad. The weather got really, really bad, and so but I'm still just a door down, right? But the weather was bad, okay? The weather was bad, and she told me she was gonna be busy. She told me she was gonna be busy. So in my head, I'm like, on a Sunday afternoon, I was like, damn, it's like raining cat and dogs out there. Well, snowing cat and dogs out there. I guess I wonder if she's even gonna go to that thing that she said she was gonna go to. Well, she did say she was gonna be busy. And my mom's like, aren't you gonna go see da 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 da? And I was like, well, I would see my roommate, but she's not really gonna be there. She said she's gonna be busy. And if you know me, on the weekends, my phone is like non-existent. On the weekends, my phone is like non-existent because like I just don't want to deal with anything. I'm like, it's the weekends, it's my chill time, baby. And then I'm like, I go to my phone, I put that shit on mute. And I like literally put it on mute and I go, I don't want to hear, like in my fucking head, like I don't want to hear your bitch ass. I'm fucking crying to my phone. I'm like, so I put it on mute and then I shove it somewhere. I'm sorry, like I don't need like anxiety like on my on the back of my neck on my weekends. I just want to chill. I want to chill. And so basically, yeah. And so during Sunday, apparently she was like bombarding my phone saying like, oh, like apparently the plans are canceled because of the weather. I'm like, so, if you want to come by, I know the weather is really bad, but I'm just a house down. So like you can come by, you can hang out. And I made this, I made that. And I'm like, and I was just like, completely like, I was just unaware. But in the back of my head, I was like, damn, the weather's so bad. I wonder if she canceled her plans. So I feel it's like in the back of my head, I knew, it's like Milky knew. But the other Milky was like, you know what? Gets a fucking gets a sniper rifle, shoots the other Milky from afar. No, you don't. Now you can't talk. Now you don't know. That's how it works in my brain. I was on two sides of myself. The angel's like, you know the weather is bad, Milky. She most likely canceled her plans. So you should probably see if she canceled her plans. The other, my devil Milky, who's just like, it's the weekend. It's time for you to relax. You know what? Fuck everyone else. Just get the sniper rifle and just fucking headshots my angel Milky and says like, what? Wait, what are you talking about? Huh? No, she doesn't. And so basically Monday, I'm getting bombarded with a very, very, very angry roommate. And at the same time, though, it's not necessarily really my fault. But you said you were fucking busy on Sunday, okay? Get your ass out of here. She said she was busy. She said she was busy, bro. She said she was busy. Well, what if my phone had just died? Okay, fine. You can slap the bad friend on my forehead. It's fine, bro. It's fine because like mommy's got to take care of herself too, honey. Hey, it's my weekend. It's my only time to relax. I'm an introvert. And she's like, she was saying you're not an introvert. Well, she was saying that she's like, don't use introvertness as a word to defend yourself. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, honestly, I think you have depression. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. She's like, honestly, I think you have depression. Don't use introvertness as a word to defend yourself. And I'm like, don't they go hand in hand? I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, really? Oh, I love normies. They're so cute, aren't they? Aren't they adorable? Isn't it cute when they think that they know more about you than you know about yourself? And she's like, I just like, I can't breathe. I'm like, oh shit. For real? Nah, homie, no way. Really? Oh my god. And then in my head, I was just like, oh god. Yeah, so I'm getting bombarded pretty much. And I should have said that I was gonna be busy, but I just stayed quiet. And she's one of those girls that, like, you know, they keep, it's like, have you ever seen the meme of the guy looking at his phone and he's responding to like a brick load of text, and the person's like, oh, you know, he's in trouble. She's one of those girls. So I'm gonna come back to a brick load of text, bro. And she's I'm not even her girlfriend. She's just my friend and it's my roommate. Bro, and I'm still getting those. Oh damn. Anyway, so yeah, I was just like I'm a little like kind of like venting. I get normies, I swear. And it's just, you know, I think they really just don't understand. They really, I mean, like, I get it. I feel like everyone's a little depressed. And yeah, sometimes I am a little depressed because I'm upset with myself in many ways, and things that I should be doing better, things that I can do better. But every time I want to do it, I just like collapse in my own exhaustion. And then I just like can't help but like, you know, collapse in my own exhaustion, which means like that equals like sleep or take it easy. So yeah, I feel like everyone is a little savage nowadays. But like being an introvert also just means that you just really like to spend time like kind of like indoors and alone. You know, that's kind of I guess what it means, right? And so like it was the weekend, and in reality I was tired. Like I was tired. I really wanted to just be able to recharge and, you know, and just spend time with my community and just myself. And so like I didn't have really the energy to go over there and spend time, you know, with my roommates. I feel bad, you know, while I'm here, I'm like, oh, you know, I better take advantage while I'm here, because later on while I'm over there, it's gonna be a whole different story. Especially since, yeah, it's a little, yeah. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean, but sometimes people can be a bit too much, and that's just how it is. There's specific people who have upon them a larger weight, and I don't mean physically. I mean like mentally. Yeah, I feel, and you know exactly what I mean when I say people. There are specific people in this world who just have like a larger weight mentally. And that means like, that's just the way they are. The way they, what I mean, like, it means that when you talk with them, you get exhausted more mentally than with a normal person. And it could be the reasons why is maybe because they have like, you know, like I'm special kind of badge in their head. Like I'm unique and I'm one of a kind. Which yeah, you are, but they have it there like a trophy in their head, you know? And so it's exhausting talking with them because like you it's not like you're not really important in the conversation, you know? I'm like in my head, I'm like, bro, like I already have to deal with this like not all the fucking time. Oh god, please person, don't make me have to deal with this and like all the time with you. Yeah, so these people are a little bit more high maintenance is what I'm trying to say. They're very high maintenance people to deal with. Meaning that you gotta walk on eggshells because you shatter like one of their self-confidence anyway. You're gonna get like especially if you're like living with them, you're just gonna have to deal with it like 10 times fold, and pretty much they're not normal people. I mean, I would say they're high maintenance people, and not in the business aspect. It's more like the emotional, mental aspect. Yeah, they're people who need reassurance, people who need to always be agreed with. You can't fight against them. They always have to be right. And if you try to fight, like if you're trying to, you know, do a decision when they're telling you, no, you're doing it wrong. You need to do this. You need to do this. This is how you have to do it. Like, I don't understand. Why aren't you listening to me? Like, I'm just making everything easy for you. Don't you see I'm making everything easy for you? I'm like, bitch, I have my own opinions too. like, let me fall. Let me make mistakes. Let me hurt my knee. Let me waste my time. Like, please. I feel so much happier being able to follow my own decision, you know? Yeah, you're right. You might be right. You might be the one who knows. Like, you may have gone through this already and you already know the way it should have been done. And yeah, it wastes time. And yeah, maybe part of it is your time too, but bitch, let me make my own decisions. God, I cannot stand people who are like that. I just can't. You have to let people fall. You have to let people make mistakes. Like, if not, you'll never let them gain confidence within themselves. And I can see you're very, very confident. I can see it. You're brimming. You're burning, baby. You're burning like a fucking star. But like, if you continue just being the star all the time, you're not gonna let anyone else shine, you know? And that's not okay. But you sit them down and you try to explain that to them and they're just like, what do you mean? I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, so it's like a little bit high maintenance. So that's one of my roommates I'm gonna be living with. Just for a year. Because if I locked myself for like 5 years, you best bet I'd be blowing my brains on the table. Metaphorically. It just means that I'd be like fucked. Like mentally, like every way. Yeah, because I cannot stand I cannot stand people who restrict me. Like, I want to make mistakes. I want to fall on my face. I want to scrape my knee. I want to cry. I want to complain and I want to be upset about things. I don't want people to make decisions for, me, I don't want people to make decisions for me just because they know that that's the right decision to be made. I'm like, yeah, it might be. And yeah, I do agree. I think that it can be, but I still like this more and I want to do this. And they're like, well, if you do that, you're going to be wasting your time, wasting your time and you're going to be wasting your effort. And it's stupid and you're stupid for making it. And I'm like, okay, well then I'm stupid. Let me do it. I guess it's like, in the end, like, yeah, you can listen. I love listening to people's advice. It's part of me. I like to listen to people's advice. It's like number one thing I love. I love listening to people's advice, and I'm addicted to listening to people's advice. And I can't control it. I need to hear people who are close to me. I need to hear their opinion. And it doesn't, and I always tell them, hey, listen, I'm asking for your opinion, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna take your opinion, okay? So just give me your opinion. And I don't let the other people's choices deter my choice. But I like to gather opinions. In my head, I'm a poll fanatic. I love putting out them polls. So, but it doesn't make me deter my decision. It just I like to see other people's choices is all. Yeah, I'm opinion sponge. That's me. But yeah, it's just like I'm like, yeah, basically in a nutshell, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm sorry. I know that maybe someone else may have not joined stream feeling like this, but I always feel really comfortable with you guys. That I can like talk about anything with you guys and you guys wouldn't be upset with me. So thank you. Sorry for ranting. But I feel better now. Yay, I feel better! Instead of holding it in, right? But yeah, I'm getting bombarded. I think she stopped now. I don't hate her. I love her a lot. It's just more so that I don't think she understands what it means to be like an introvert. She says it's like, don't use introvertedness to cover up this, that. And I'm like, no, I just wanted to spend time with myself this weekend. Like, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's my weekend. It's like my my time where I kind of like disassociate. I disassociate with reality. Leave me alone. It's my me time. I shut all the windows and everything, and I disassociate with reality. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Oh no, I didn't put I was live on Twitter. Oh, chutamates. Okay, that's probably a good thing. Then everyone would have to be listening to me ranting. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. Man, I gotta set up like an instant reminder thing. I'm sorry. No, I know I should have been more attentive. I was like venting. I was like venting my heart out. But I didn't realize that. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you guys for letting me know. Got distracted by the normies. Oh my god, the normies! I swear, it's not like no. Oh my god, not everyone wants to go out on the weekend. Not everyone wants to go out on the weekend. There are people in this world who just want to relax and be by themselves and play games. Or sleep, or fuck, or watch TV, or watch like movies with no one, with just themselves. Maybe their community, or I'm not sure, or close friends. I don't really know. Not even friends. There are times where I don't even want to go out with my friends. I don't even want to go out with my friends, and they go like, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" I'm like, no. Have fun, girls. I'll see you next girly hangout. This is true. I will literally decline. Like, my best friends ask me out for like dinner or something like that, or for lunch, or just to hang out. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to socialize is what it is. And I'm an introvert in the sense that I need this. I need this alone time. It's part and wait. I need to hydrate. That's what I told her. Wait, give me a second. Now I remember what I told her. So I told her I need my alone time, and she said, and I said, I'm sorry. I think I'm most likely an introvert. I need my alone time now and then to recharge. And that's when she brought up, I don't think don't use introvert as an excuse. I think you're depressed. Oh my god. And to be honest, like I'm not depressed like I used to be. I used to be really depressed. Really depressed. I'm not depressed as I used to be. I just have it in my head that sometimes like I just don't want to go out. Like I just want to be cozy in my room with my anime, my community. And most of all, just myself. You know, it's like my way of reconnecting with myself. Because the world is like, you know, day-to-day is a little noisy and always busy and stuff like that. I don't get time to myself except for on the weekends. Yeah, and in the mornings. I love my mornings. Yeah, when it stops snowing and raining or bad weather, I'm gonna start going out for little morning walks and stuff like that. I just gotta wake up earlier. I used to do it, but then I stopped doing it, and now I have the, you know, the desire of wanting to do that again. But the thing is that, oh my god, guys. Okay, does anyone else feel me? Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Who here likes to like work out just by themselves? You know, like you wanna go, like even if it's just walking, like walking just by yourself, working out just by yourself, lifting, doing whatever. Like who just likes to do it by themselves and listening to their music? Exactly. See, like I'm not like some weirdo, man. like that's the thing that my roommate is not gonna understand, because she's the opposite. She likes to work out with people. She wants people working out with them. She doesn't want to do it alone. She hates doing it alone. It's like a chore alone. But I'm like the opposite. I'm like, oh my God. And then she's like, and she was all pissed off at me. And she's like, why? You said we were gonna have a workout routine. Like, why didn't you come back? Why didn't you come by to work out with me? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, on the fucking weekend. I was like, there ain't no fucking way I'm doing anything on the weekend. Oh my God. And at the same time, like, what if there's a day I just don't wanna work out with her? I wanna work out by myself. God, and people just don't understand what it is to be loving, being able to, it's like it's like meditation. It's like, that's what they don't understand. Fucking extroverts, they don't fucking understand it. I'm sorry if anyone in chat is an extrovert, but I'm trying, maybe now you might be able to understand what I mean. Like the thing is that sometimes people choose to want to work out by themselves because it's kind of like it is like a little bit like it's kind of like a meditation. It really isn't, but it's like you're reconnecting with yourself. You're just by yourself. You're in your zone, you know? And sometimes having to deal with other people can throw you off your zone, you know? And it might end up your workout at the end might end up being extremely exhausting, not just not just physically, but also mentally. Well, on the opposite side, you'll be exhausted when you're with yourself, but you're like mentally clear, you know? Like you have a clear mind. So that means that you can take a shower, you can then have some tea, pull up a book, play some games, you know, just take a nap, but there won't be like that mental exhaustion. So it's like, well, if I'm, yeah, so it's like, there will be times where I don't want to work out with her, and I don't know how to explain it. Because when you I'm sorry, my nose. When you tell it to someone who's an extrovert, they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You don't like me? Is that what's fucking going on? You just don't like me? You have a problem with me? Is the time not the right time? Like, what's wrong? Like, I don't understand why you don't want to work out with me. Like, what's wrong? I don't understand. Are we not doing the right workout? Do you want to change? Do you want to go somewhere else? Like, no! No! It's not that I don't like you! It's nothing that you're doing! It's just me! Oh my God. It's like, sometimes I want to imagine them as like a fucking Muppet. Like Kermit, and just choke them. Like, no! Not necessarily like as them as a human, but like a plushie. Because when I'm angry, I choke my plushies. Okay, not specifically. I have one that I choke a lot though, because it makes me laugh choking it. Yeah, I have one that looks like a frog and kind of like Kermit, and he has a little loopy, limpy neck. So when I'm angry, I go. His name's Muppet. I go, Muppet, where are you? Muppet, where are you, you little fucker? Come over here. Oh my God, just. And then I go, I just love it. I love it. I don't know. I'm weird. Listen, I'm a little ill. So sometimes, yeah, Muppet's funny though. And the funny thing is that Muppet is, so I will cuss him and sometimes I cuss in British and I go, British accent? You damn Muppet! Yeah, you fucking Muppet. It's just sometimes, not always. I you know, but it can be a little bit like relieving, a little. But yeah, so pretty much like, yeah, today was it didn't start in the best way, but it was pretty chill in the beginning. Now I'm just somewhat tormented with my own decision. I'm like, I definitely may have not made the best decision here, but it'll only be for a year, so that's good. Only for a year. Oh my god. Anyway, guys, sorry for venting on you guys, but I appreciate that you guys are always so sweet with me. Basically, yeah, just my roommate is giving me issues. She's one of those people. Listen, women, there are women in this world that are very complex. I wouldn't say every woman is complex, but every woman is needy. I really find a woman who's fully independent in all means and all matters. And God, if I ever find like one, I just want to be their friend because they're like so awesome, and I would just like honestly just admire them. I'm often a little bit I've noticed from a lot of friends and stuff like that. How do I say this? I'm emotionally very independent, but when it comes to the outside world and other people, when it comes to myself, I'm a little dependent on others, because it literally stems from not having enough self-confidence. But at the same time, I have self-confidence, but I need like head pats every now and then. But I'm very much so pretty independent in a lot of emotional things. But on the physical aspect, I'm still a little dependent on people, which I'm actually working on, you know? I'm working on it. All I need to do is get my driver's license. And then that goes away forever. Yeah. But besides that, yeah. But when it comes to like needing other people at all times and being a high maintenance person, I'm not high maintenance. I'm not. I honestly, like, you just do you and let me do me, and I'm happy. But if you're trying to interject and try to control my life and my decisions, and I'm not doing that to you, then that's where I draw the line, you know? I go, nope. And that's with anyone, friends, like anything. I'm like, you know, because that's just how it is. That's just how I've always lived my life. Therefore, that's how I kind of, it's not that I expect it, but that I think it's important to have your own like spaces, and at the same time have like spaces where you both like connect. I guess it's like, it's hard to explain. I guess the best thing is like my besties don't like anime, and I love anime. Now they really love how do I say, what is the thing that they don't like? I don't know, what's the thing that they like that I don't like? Because I'm very flexible. I like almost about anything. oh okay. They really like what do they call it again? It's like a seminar, but it's not really a seminar, but it's like some kind of thing they like to go to that has to do with like makeup, I guess, and like selling makeup and stuff like that, makeup products and all these things, and they're really passionate about that. And I'm not into that. I mean, I love makeup, but I'm not like that into it, you know? And I always tell them, hey, don't cake your faces, okay? Because like your skin's gonna age like 1,000 times faster. I'm very grateful for my tomboy high school years. My skin is very nice. No, I love fashion. I just don't like obsess of like multiple different thousands of ways of like painting your face, I guess you could say. I just don't really obsess with that. Like, I'm very simple, and they really like that, and they're really invested in that, and they sell like they also go to those like little seminars where people, go to and stuff like that. But I don't really go into that. And and so they have their space and have my space, and there's spaces that we come in between where we both like something. And and that's like okay, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like your friends have to like everything you like, and you know, anyone, your family, your spouses, your whatever. It's not like they have to like everything you like. But there are people in the world who like take offense if you don't like what they like, I guess you could say. They're the ones I call high maintenance. It would be a factor that would make them a high maintenance friend or a high maintenance family member, a high maintenance blah blah blah, because that means you always have to like pretend you like what they like, you know? Because if not, they're just gonna like have a hard time connecting with you, or they're just gonna be like, how could you not like that? Or they'll drag you into it anyway. Yeah, so one of my roommates is very, very high maintenance, and I mean, she's a good person. Like, she is a good person. She has a good heart. It just makes me worried because, like, I'm not necessarily sure how I don't know how I'll live with someone like that, you know? Like, not, like, I feel bad because I'm painting her in such a bad light. She's not a bad person. She just is a little bit on the high maintenance aspect. And I'm an introvert, and she's an extrovert. So I'm like, you know, you already know when an extrovert's a high maintenance extrovert, that means that they're gonna wanna push you into, you know, places that you're not necessarily comfortable with, and there's no remorse on your part, you know, like there's no remorse for like, you know, maybe she just needs her alone time, or maybe this is actually gonna like something that helps her not go over like the loopy side. and I do think that my own me time, my own time where it's just myself, it might be considered solitude for some other people, but it really is something I need, and I need it. Like, I need it. It's just like I can't live without it, because if not, I will go into the loopy side. Loopy in the sense that my emotions will be unstable, and then I can be not a pleasant person to be around, because I'm just not emotionally stable. Like, no, like in the sense that, you know, I might be very, 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 very moody. So if I meet people who try to take that away from me, I get actually very defensive. I get very defensive. Because it is like my sanctuary. It's like in my alone time. It's a time of where I self-reflect and I meditate, and I do something that puts me into my center space. And I really, really like whenever someone in my life tries to like come in between me and that, like you should see, like it's like I'm multiplying to 10 milkies in my hand, and we're like, go away. We all unite forces and we're like, be gone. Because it is a special place. It is a special place, and no one should ever think that they have the right to come in between that and that place in your mind. And that thing that you do that helps you get into that mindset. And yeah, and what it is for me, it's solitude. Like I kind of like how do I say, I regress. Like I get into like a state of mind where I just don't want to talk to anyone. I get into a hermit shell, yeah. But it's something that I need. It's something that I need. I needed to like reconnect with myself. And often what I do is like I do painting, I'll do drawing, coloring, listening to music. Sometimes I'm playing a game I really, really like that's like a relaxing one. Sometimes I meditate, sometimes I study tarot and I do tarot readings for myself. I do a lot of things. I build like Legos. I'm wanting to learn how to knit and crochet. It's like I read, I do a lot of things. Like a lot of things we introverts do that helps center us. And like I get so upset when an introvert, like my bad. And what we introverts do. I get really upset when someone who's very extroverted thinks that they know what's right for you. And they go, no, either you're using your quote unquote introvertedness as an excuse for being depressed. I'm like, no, bitch, I just want to be alone sometimes. No, bitch. Like, don't come in between. Don't. That's like that's my sanctuary. Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry that you guys like don't understand, but the extroverted people just may not understand that. They just may not understand that. Do you know Bionicle? Yeah, I used to build Bionicles back in the day. When I thought they were gonna be a thing forever. I think I built 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, an extrovert is like, I could fix them. No, you can't. We're fixed. We just need our alone time. It's just normal. You know, if you try to take it away from us, we are gonna get so defensive, and that's when the confrontation happens, you know? And that's why, like, it's like introverts that get along with extroverts, they need to understand each other. Like, my friends are a little bit... No, one of them is very, very extroverted. But I get along with her because she understands that about me. And she's like, oh, I feel you, I feel you. Sometimes I do the same way, and I take it out with going out with friends and stuff like that. So it's like I'm a little like on edge right now because I feel like she's gonna try to come in between that place of mine and try to like chop it off as depression. I'm like, it's not depression, dude. If I was depressed, I would literally lay in bed and do nothing and nothing at all. I wouldn't be engaging in hobby-related stuff that, yeah, there's solitude to hobbies, but I mean, you can still talk with me. Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna lock the door and put a sign on my door and say, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me. You could still knock on the door and be like, hey, you want to chat or something like that? And if I'm really, really in the zone, I might say, not right now. But if I'm not, I'll be like, yeah, sure, I can come out and chat. Oh my god. And so I'm like, I'm concerned that she might come in between that part of me. And no, trust me, everyone. Trust me, cuties. No one comes in between that side of me. No one. It is my sacred place. My little special... little, forest in my mind. And I like to spend time there. I need it. It's good for me. I'm very sure everyone who's introverted in chat will understand. And even those who are extroverted may understand as well. It's not that we don't want to talk with you and we don't want to see your face and we just hate you and go away. It's literally more about us that we just need to be in a place where we're comfortable and we can unwind, you know. It's important. So yeah, I'm just venting. I'm just venting because, like, obviously after what she said today, where she doesn't understand that when I told her no, I was just kind of like, you know, in my own space this weekend. I usually do that. I'm worrying that, but I think maybe if I talk with her and help her maybe understand, I hope so. It's like I said earlier, she's kind of like one of those girls that you sit down and you try to make them understand, but they'll always find something to continue, like, the, you know, yeah, until they're right kind of thing. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna do my best. I think maybe with some persuasion of her understanding, she might come to understand, hopefully. I hope so. Anyway, guys, I'm doing good though. I'm sorry, no, that maybe some of you are worried about me. Don't worry, don't be worried. I had a good weekend. I you know, kind of ignored her a little bit on Sunday, but at the same time, she did say she was busy. You know, I am hoping that we don't have confrontations and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that talking and being able to understand each other will be good for us. Like, it'll help us. My other roommate, I'm not worried about. My other roommate's chill. My other roommate is a little bit of an introvert as well. So I don't think they're going to be a problem. But it's just her that I'm worried about. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I love you though. Thank you for hanging out with me. Also, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and a wonderful Tuesday morning if it's already Tuesday for some of you. Also been lurking and listening. Oh, feel free to, sweetie. I'm happy. Normies. Honestly, there's totally nothing wrong with being an extrovert. I've met a lot of extroverts that are actually pretty understanding. I think there's just like a type of extrovert that is a little harder to understand introverts. Like they have a hard time. They want to think that it's just another reason why they're depressed. And I'm like, no, you can be introverted and actually be very, very happy. Introvert does not equal depression. I wish these people would just open their eyes and see that. I can fix them. Oh God, please just leave us alone. We're supposed to fix ourselves, and in reality, we are supposed to fix ourselves. But yeah, being introverted is not like does not equal depression. You know, it might stem from having a lifestyle that was a little bit not very good in the sense that maybe we were depressed. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we are still depressed. I mean, I feel like what do we talk about? Everyone's depressed, even like a little bit. I've never met anyone who you ask the question, are you depressed? And they say, no, not necessarily. I always hear people say, yeah, I am a little bit. I mean, how can we not be depressed even just a little bit nowadays in society where the expectations are so high, and as well as like it's not about the inside anymore as much as it really is about the outside and what you carry on your shoulders and stuff like that. I wish I can say sorry. I wish I can say you know, that things were different, but I will say that things might actually be better than one might. Yeah. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I will say that things on the outside might be better than one might think, you know? Because like our fears amplify everything, and therefore we think that, you know, people are always just like gonna think the negative, gonna think the worst of you, gonna think expect that you have to reach this kind of I guess area to be noticeable, but it often is in our heads sometimes. I will admit it. And this comes from somebody who's been hiding around in her place in her room for like the past like 10 years, the best years of my life. The 20s. I didn't spend much of them outside, to be honest. But I do think that sometimes it's in your head, you know, when you think everyone is like, you know, is gonna think the worst of you, or they're not gonna think you're cute, or they're not gonna think anything, you know. Sometimes it really is in your head. Sometimes it really is that you're just your own worst enemy. That's a fact. No, it's okay. You can be drinking. Don't worry. I don't mind. Are you drinking milk? It's morning time. I'm not too surprised. Yeah, we tend to judge ourselves harder than people judge us. And I think it's just I guess being raised in an environment that your parents are extremely hard on you. Therefore, you have this kind of like view on life that everyone is like your parent, in the sense like not really like everyone's like your parent, but everyone judges you like how your parents judged you. You know, so it takes time to grow out of that mentality. It gets programmed into us, and so it takes a lot of time and effort to grow out of it and realize that everyone actually doesn't really think that way. Yeah, so I totally feel you. You're not alone there. You're definitely not alone. I feel and understand you very much. Ban Milky, don't you dare ban me. Don't you dare ban me. I have never even shown my underbooba once, okay, and I've wanted to for the longest time. So I better not be banned until the day I get to show it, okay? And then I will accept a ban. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Hey there. I have judged you and I have decided that you are a cow. No! I am much more than just a cow. That's so funny, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I have been banned once. I forgot why I got banned. Why did I get banned? I did get banned once. Oh my god. I completely forgot why I got banned. Why did I get banned? Oh, I remember. No, I remember. It was actually, yeah, it was due to the Patreon, yeah. No, it was. I think it was like, dude. The attention was because of the hentai tag list on stream, but it wasn't the reason they banned me for. That's the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, I can't say that. Never mind, never mind. Here, look at my thighs. Look at my thighs. Look at my cozy thighs. Cozy cow thighs. Cozy soft cow thighs. You're looking, attentive. I know, right? They are very soft. I feel like, I really wanted to get some, you know what? People would tie those thighs, yes. I know. She's trying to distract us. It's not true. No. By the way, everyone, St. Valentine's Day is going to be next week, so just wanted to say, you know, in case you don't have anyone, I'm not gonna ask you yet, okay? But in case you don't have anyone, maybe you should come by and spend some time with me, you know? I'm not asking to be your Valentine right now, though. It's too early. But, maybe I'll ask. Maybe. Mimi. I guess you'll have to see, as we get closer. But yeah, if you don't have anyone to spend time with, I'll be available. I'll be free. Okay. And if you do have somebody, then you're still obliged to come visit me, alright? You're still obliged. Let's go! Valentine's Day is saved! I know, mine too. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of what we're gonna be doing though. I guess that's why I decided Friday we were gonna look at Valentine's Day related stuff. I wanted to get some ideas for Valentine's Day. Maybe I can cook you guys something nice, like a little cute Valentine's Day theme lunch. And then we're gonna have it together. I'm gonna be kind of cute actually. Or maybe like a Valentine's Day themed banana bread. Oh, banana bread. I guess we'll see, but I'll be making chocolate for sure. Making chocolate? Yeah, 100%. I got you. Yeah, me-day chocolates. I will be making that. No, it's not a reminder. You have me, right? Am I not good enough? I better be Moo. I better be Moo, okay? Moo. I love you guys. Alright, so let's go over this week's schedule, okay? I've been wanting to do that with you guys. Sorry about my ranting earlier, I do apologize. I do appreciate that you guys are very sweet and you know, you care so much about me that even though I'm ranting like a lunatic, you still listen to me. I do really appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me. Because I know that I can be a little bit annoying sometimes. Alright, there we go. Here's this week's schedule. Da 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 da! Yay! So Monday will be Monday hangout, chatting and drawing. We're gonna be drawing in a little bit. What will we be drawing? I'm hoping that I can finish this little cute drawing I did for 100k on YouTube. By the way, we reached 100k on YouTube. Let's go! Oh my god, my nose. And then Wednesday, Tuesday, no stream. Wednesday will be another handcam stream. We're gonna be doing Legos and a hangout. And maybe I'll do some tarot reading for myself at the end of the stream. Thursday, we will be gaming. I'm gonna be playing more Power World. I know Power World is like still very popular. My god, I saw people on level 40. And there's like extremely awesome content for level 40. That's crazy. I have a long way to go. So I'll be playing Power World on Thursday. And then Friday, I'll be we'll be watching YouTube videos here, and it'll be Valentine's Day themed ones. So it could be Valentine's Day crafts or baking or just like in general. And then there will be no stream on Saturday or Sunday again this week. I know some of you missed Saturday streams. I do apologize, don't worry. They will definitely resume again in the month of March. I just need my Saturdays right now to pack stuff up and move. Thank you though. And then yes, and this artwork is actually me with brown hair, like really curly brown hair. It's so cute. It's very interesting. No memes? Maybe next week? Sorry everyone. For the longest time I realized that so I'm gonna explain to you guys why there is no memes this Friday. So and this is scheduled for this week. For the longest time I need to confess something about you, something with you guys, and it's important that I do talk about this. So the thing is that I did take I took a look at some of my schedules from previous weeks and previous months and stuff like that, and I realized that there was a lot of memes and scary video watching reaction stuff, and it felt like it was being recycled content, like over and over the same thing, over and over the same thing, and I'd be like, yeah, but like at the same time I was kind of like, I can't believe it. Like, was I just mindlessly making these schedules? Like, it's actually important that I do different things and I give different experiences because it's important to me as a person, but as a content creator to you know do and explore different places, you know. So I realized that I was doing a lot of those, and I do like them. It's not that I don't like them. I do like them, but I also don't want to be a mindless drone and continuously do the same content over and over and over every single week, the same thing. Because like you will, number one, you'll get burned out, and you might end up coming to hate what you once loved, you know. And then at the same time, I also don't want to be a mindless drone just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Just because it's what is you know, I guess what's most popular. So I decided that I was going to maybe do like meme streams, like meme reaction streams, maybe like once a month, and maybe Swiggy videos once a month as well, but not every single week. Because I don't want to dish out like content that, you know, it's just like it just feels like it's a mindless thing, you know, like it's just a drone response. So I know that you guys enjoy it, but this way it will be even more special when we do meme streams and spooky video reactions as well. It'll be more special because it'll be like a once a month treat, and I know instead of it being like every single weekend. So that's what I realized. I did realize that, and I was like, and that's understandable. Yeah, no, actually, like I recommend anyone else who is like doing that, they should probably take a look at their past schedules and realize how often they're repeating that same content. Yeah, it's important to offer new things and make new memories and go through new adventures, you know? At least I find it important for myself. So yeah, and why, I know some of you are like, well, miilky, why are you having handcam streams every week? Well, that's different because we do different things with handcam streams. We always do different things. Sometimes we do tarot reading, sometimes we do building, sometimes we do cooking. Yeah, sometimes we do baking. I do want to do more baking ones as well. Yeah, so handcam streams do open a wide variety of different things you can do. And I still like you hanging out with you guys like that too. Well, meme streams are just meme streams, and scary video reaction streams are just scary video reaction streams. So YouTube reaction streams might happen once a week, it might happen once every other week, but it will always be trying to do something different, not just the same thing over and over. Honestly, I think this is a really good and healthy mindset. Mostly because, like, if you constantly consume the same kind of content over and over and over and over, you're also kind of introducing your more and more to your brain how like you know, like how a drone kind of thinks. And I don't want you guys to think like drones. And you know, I don't want you guys looking at TikTok like for 9 hours every day. 5 hours every day, you know. I want you guys to be open-minded and you know, open to new experiences. That's really, really important. That's the kind of like really good habits you want to introduce to yourself. You don't want to introduce the mindless drone habits. Don't introduce those, because the more you get your brain adjusted to them, the more you're gonna be you know, susceptible to it. And you never know when they start to do this in other ways, you know, like the government, for real. I'm setting you up so you won't be easily mind controlled by the government. So yeah, gaming is different though. Gaming's different because people game like many different kind of things. And to those who only game kind of one game, it's a bit different, I think so, but at the same time, I don't know, I can't say much because I'm a variety streamer. I'm not a streamer that does only one type of content. But yeah, so I'm just trying to open your mind up to new experiences, new adventures. Even if maybe you might find it a little bit boring or a little bit not interesting, maybe you should give it a chance. Maybe you might find that you might actually be interested in it. You just never realized it because you never gave yourself a chance. Yeah. So I want to go on many new adventures with you guys, new experiences. I want it to be fun and exciting and adventurous and, you know, like, oh wow, I've never seen miilky do this before kind of thing. So yeah, instead of it just being the same thing over and over and over and over, just dished out over and over and over, because I know you'll eat it up. Which I sometimes feel, I feel like yeah, I don't blame when people say that reaction content is sometimes lazy. I don't blame when other content creators say that, because I've heard it multiple times by other content creators. I understand why people say that, but I also think that it's not necessarily like that. But at the same time, if it's the same thing over and 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 over again, just it can end up being like that, is kind of what I'm trying to say, you know? And it makes sense, because like you're just not you're not itching for any new adventures, no new experiences, because and then you're only teaching your community just to ingest the same thing over and over and over, and you're teaching them that if change is not good, you know, like something new added into the equation is not good. Which I don't want to teach you guys that. I really don't want to teach you guys that. I want to teach you that something new added into the equation is an opportunity, not for you to go, oh, this is fucking boring, I'm leaving. Oh no, she changed shit, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go find someone else who's doing something that I want to see, kind of thing. Sometimes you might actually, you know, you might realize that if you stick by and you see what it's like, maybe you might actually have some, like, maybe you might actually like it, or maybe there's a new experience or a new feeling or a new adventure there waiting for you, and you would never know because you immediately leave. Thank you. I'm just trying to explain how sometimes I kind of see it in that perspective, but I totally understand if there's some content that some people may not like because, I don't know, maybe it's just not their cup of tea. That's understandable, don't worry. That's not the same thing that I'm explaining. I'm just explaining that adding something new into the equation is not something to be feared over, something maybe to be excited about, and see what's, you know, what new experiences you and your favorite streamer or Ochi can go through, you know? I don't like games. Why don't you like games though? How come you don't like games? Games are fun. I mean, honestly, I know that gaming is like my least popular category, but it doesn't deter me from doing them. JK? Are you sure you're JK? I know that I'm gonna do my best to engage with you guys more when I play games. I'm sorry if I get really hyper-focused on the game. I do apologize. I will definitely work hard to engage more with you guys, because I don't want you guys to feel like left out, you know? I don't want you guys to feel left out. I like spending time with you guys and I love hanging out with you guys, and I don't want you guys to feel left out. I'm always working hard because my brain is it's used to one track thinking. Not necessarily multitasking. But I wanna train my brain to be better at multitasking. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the Persona streams and the Sonic Frontiers. We gotta finish both of them. Games, action, movies. They're my favorites. The games steal our attention, lol. I'd still watch you play though. You know, I feel that's why a lot of people may not be interested in watching me when I play games, because it steals your guys' attention. But that's not necessarily true. But I guess in my situation, because of my one-track brain, it sometimes can be. But I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna work harder to train my brain to reprogram my brain so it's not only centered on the gameplay in the game, but on you guys as well. It's just gonna be it's gonna take time though. So I would appreciate if you guys also are patient with me. I'm always trying to learn to be better and be able to offer you guys, you know, better content and spend, you know, lots more time with you guys, but time that you enjoy, you know? Is Power World really fun? Power World is really fun. I'm sorry you're on PlayStation. It is really fun. I hope they release it on PlayStation soon. I'm not sure if they will, but I think they might. I think they might. I soothe and I mauled when miilky doesn't see my 3-word message in a sea of messages. Oh my god. Yeah, that's actually something, guys. Gotta be a little understanding that sometimes I may not see your message, but it's okay. Don't worry. You know I still love you, you silly Billy. You know I still love you. Don't make me punch you in the face, in the jaw very lightly. You know I still love you, Baka. Honestly, sometimes sometimes I do wish I was a Biblically accurate angel where I had like fucking 70,000 eyes. I can see everything and perceive everything. Oh my god, imagine. That'd be crazy. When the streamer isn't paying attention to me and there's 800 other messages. Oh, she hates me. No, that's definitely not the case. Oh, you guys are cute though. I love you. Yeah, I do understand why gaming might not be my most popular category, but it probably is also the fact that I just haven't gamed a lot. When I first started streaming, my toaster microwave of a computer couldn't handle games. Couldn't handle games and streaming. It was like either one or the other. And so I was a just chatting streamer exclusively. Just chatting only, because like if I did anything else, my computer would die. I don't remember even being able to do React streams back then. It was that bad. I boot up the internet and my freaking PC just goes and commits seppuku. But then when I advanced into my my last computer, not this computer, it was like my last one, I was able to do gaming streams that were like low intensity games like League of Legends. I think we did also Paladins at some point. I did a couple of games, low intensity games, and I was able to do that. But I still really enjoyed spending time with you guys more. I love hanging out with you guys. It's always fun. There might come a time where I do have a gaming arc. I will admit to you guys that might happen. But we will still always do just chatting before. Maybe like 2 hours of just chatting before going into the gameplay. Gaming arc means that I might be doing like 2 or 3 games every week. But not yet. I don't feel the need to do that yet. Because honestly, I love games, but I'm more of an artistic person. Meaning that like in my free time, you guys might think I'm playing games, but I actually rarely touch games. I rarely touch games. And when I do, it's either like some like Palia or like a camping farming simulator or a fashion game where I'm reorganizing things like House Flipper or the Pokemon, the Power World game. Like I'm actually very much into cozy games. So yeah, so that's what I usually play on my gaming time when I feel the itch for a game. So I'm not as much as a gamer as I used to be in my high school years. In my high school years, I was a hardcore gamer. I was a hardcore MMORPG gamer. I was a hardcore MMORPG gamer. And before my before my high school years, in my teens, I was hardcore FPS player. Hardcore. Don't actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I was a shitty FPS player. I was a shitty FPS player, but I was hardcore in my mind, okay? I gave it my all. And people shit talk me, I would literally like scream into the microphone. And they'd be like, get this fucking kid off the server. Oh my god. Good times, good times. My favorite one, I used to roleplay a lot, and I would roleplay, but not with the people in the game. It was like in my head. I was schizo. Oh my god. And I used to play like a lot of modded Halo. You could play lots of modded Halo where there was those crazy Halo worlds that they would mod them to be so fucking weird. I loved playing Halo Online. I also really loved playing the original Team Fortress, the pixelated one. You'd be surprised. I'd make a really good spy. Cause I was super creative. I was really creative in the way I did things, so I often made a really good spy. And sometimes I would just like be spy just to go around invisible and just like, you know, like play around. I was actually playing. I wasn't really like actually playing the game. I was playing in my head. And so I'd go like, I remember there was this one map. I remember so well. There was this one map in the original Team Fortress where you would it would be like there would be like this little like a area that was like full of water that you could go under, and there was always like an area that you can vent upwards. If you were spy, you just had to hold your breath long enough throughout the swimming you know, process, and I would always go through there as a spy, and I would always pretend to be somebody else, and you know, and you know, there were many times where I could have killed them, you know, but in my head I didn't want to kill them. I just wanted to be their friend. My entire concept was to be spies so that I could be the other team's friend and just go around and be their friend. And my team would be so fucking pissed off with me, and they'd be like, "You've been in the enemy base for like so fucking long. Why have you not killed anyone?" And I'm like, I just want to be their friend. And I'll never forget that one time I'd follow this one guy around all the time, and we were like buddies, and he was the enemy, and he never realized I was a spy until one time he went through one of those little laser things that lead to the base, because he was gonna go, and he threw him like a med, because I was like a half dead pretty much. He threw a med pack on the floor, and I was like, "Oh, thank you," and I went through the laser. I just exploded. And he was like shook. He was like, "I can't believe this person was following me around this entire time, and it was an enemy." Oh my god, he was typing. He was like, "Wait, you are an enemy?" I'm like, "No, I was your friend." Good times, good times. I wouldn't be able to trust anymore. I know, right? I think he had a hard time trusting anyone on his team and the rest of that game. I used to love playing Team Fortress. I actually did play CSGO as well. CSGO was, wait, is that the one where no, that was Half-Life, the one that goes bomb has been planted. That was Half-Life, right? No, what's that? Wait, what is the one? Oh, hey, wait. Team Fortress is the one with a different kind of Counter-Strike. There we go. Yeah, okay. I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike as well. But I like and you would be in different teams. Yeah, I played a lot of Counter-Strike as well. Honestly, like I also played Evolution. It was Evolution. I'm not sure. The one where the aliens and the humans. Oh my god, I loved that one. When I was really young, I loved it so much. I used to always be the little flying bat thing. I used to be the flying bat thing all the time. Evolve, yeah. Yeah, I had a natural selection. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, natural selection. I used to be a little flying bat thing all the time, and I had a chance to evolve, and people would be like, "Why don't you evolve?" And I'd be like, "No, I just want to be the flying bat thing." I like to fly. Oh my god. Yes, I played a lot of those games in my teenagehood. And yeah, Half-Life was the one that I didn't play as much, but I did play a couple of times because Half-Life had a lot of custom maps that you could play online. And people would make them, and it was like it was pretty fun too. I don't remember which was the one that allows you to be an anime character. I really loved playing that one because it would let you be an anime character. Like have an anime character like mod. I don't remember what was that one. What was that one from the first like originals? No, not Gary. I don't know what it was, but I could definitely run around in a video game and be like a Sailor Moon if I wanted to. Or be some pink-haired anime character. I don't know if it was Gary's mod. I really don't remember. Was it Gary's mod? Sounds like a dream you had. No, it's real. It's real. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was Gary's mod. No, I don't know if it was. I don't remember really. I don't remember. It was definitely like it was like you can play. Yeah, it was modded, but I don't remember to this day. I still don't remember. I wasn't the one who set it up, you know? That was my own Oni-chan. No, it wasn't Left 4. Well, maybe it was Left 4 Dead. No, it wasn't. It wasn't spooky. It's not a fever dream. It was like a shooting game that you could play that you could mod it. A shooting game, FPS game. Couldn't you mod? Wait, you could mod Half-Life, couldn't you? Back then you could mod Half-Life, I remember. You could put like an anime character as the character. Yeah, so that's, I think it was Half-Life. Yeah, I think it was Half-Life. You could mod it, basically. I'll have to ask my Oni-chan. Oni-chan knows. Yeah, so yeah, I had a good time in those. That was my FPS stage. Honestly, like I want to kind of go back into those games, but nowadays they're not as fun anymore. I mean, at least they don't seem to be that fun. I want to play the old original ones, super pixelated hell, as the ones that are pixeled to fuck, my god. Those are the ones that I want to play. I want to play those. Dead Cells? No. Oh, was it Quake? I remember Quake. Oh, maybe it was Quake actually, now that I think about it. They're relaxing sometimes, yeah. You like more action RPG games? Action RPG games are cool. I haven't played too many though. I did play a lot of MMOs. MMOs are like always my comfort zone. I still kind of want to get Mabinogi again. Maybe we should get Mabinogi again, guys, and have like a Mabinogi guild. Would be kind of fun. Doom, perhaps. Did you play Eleanor, Milky? Did you like it? No, I don't think I played that one. I did play Baldur's Gate 3, yes. I did play Baldur's Gate 3. It actually really wasn't for me. I didn't end up liking it. Like, everyone else was, like, foaming at the mouth and, like, you know, drooling for the game, but I didn't end up liking it very much. I didn't like any of the main characters, and I especially did not like that fucking vampire. Everyone was, like, creaming their panties for him, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to punch him in the face. I love it when I'm so different from other girls. He's not even a twink. He's just like an arrogant, like, little scumbag. Have you ever played horror games? I played Alien Isolation, if that counts, and I played what was it called again? Dead something, but it's about aliens as well. Milky is unique and quirky. I guess you could say that. I will slap the unique tag on my forehead. Unique cow. Dead Space, yeah. I played Dead Space. I haven't played Dead Space 2 and 3 and 4 and all that. I did play Dead Space 1 though. Is there a Discord you can join? Yeah. Ultra Kill? I don't think I played Ultra Kill before. Like I said, I think a lot of 2000s 2010 and up. I played like a lot more MMORPGs. I was like all about them. Like I've like touched every single one from like the 2010 era. Let me see, what are the MMORPGs that are popular right now? Most popular MMORPGs, I'm kind of curious. World of Warcraft, that's the one I've never played because you needed to buy it and I couldn't afford it. Never played Runecraft because I couldn't get into it. I did play Lost Ark, especially when it released. It was okay. I never got to play Guild of Wars because you had to buy it as well. I did play EVE Online once. That was an experience. RuneScape, never played it. Black Desert Online, I remember this one. I really loved Black Desert Online. That was a really fun one. I never played the original like server, but I played like a fan server. Elder Scrolls Online, I think I do remember playing this one, but like I'm not sure if I do remember. It's like kind of somewhat semi. Maple Story, I didn't play Maple Story 1 or 2. I played the 3D Maple Story that died super fast. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a Maple Story. Final Fantasy VII. I did play this one a little later, not early, but it was like in my time when I was kind of like slowly moving on from MMORPGs, and so I never got into it. Also, it didn't help that my first character was like a Lalafell, and I went into like apparently without realizing I went into a roleplay server. And when I first joined into the thing, someone tried to like ERP my Lalafell. I'm not even joking. And I was just like looking. I was just like, looks at you like you're a fucking weirdo. Get the fuck away from me. Call the cops. like, oh my god, people were so weird. And so I think he did that on purpose. I think he was like a troll, but it was still weird. That was really weird. Like I don't even know if they have genitals, bro. They're born from fucking like what, plants? I know, right? Fucking weirdos. That's what we call a motherfucking weirdo. But yeah, so I never had a chance to get really into that one. No, but still, I didn't want to ERP with anyone in that fucking game. European was very popular too. I just wanted to just play a game. So I never got really into that one. Never touched Roblox with the fucking 4 or 8 foot pole. I will never touch it. Maybe I will for like a subathon goal. I'll fuck around there just for the lulz. Albion Online. I've never touched that. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Star Wars: The Old Republic. I haven't touched it. It's more newer. New World. No. Ashes of Creation. No. Throne and Liberty. No. Trove. No. Star Trek Online. No. Wizard 101. I actually did fucking play this. It was weird. Neverwinter. I did play this. I don't remember liking it or not, but I remember I played it for a short amount of time. Lord of the Rings Online. I never played it. I did want to play it though. Dungeon Fighter Online. I did play it. It was pretty fun. Tower Fantasy. I played this one. I actually had like even a guild in this one. And like friends. And I actually did like it. It was pretty fun. Dungeons and Dragons Online. Didn't play it. Mabinogi. This is probably like one of the biggest ones. Like this one on right next to Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 and Ragnarok as well. Those are like my 3 top MMORPGs. Like I spent the most time, effort, dedication, and I had like a lot of friends and stuff like that in a community. Really love Mabinogi. I still have my Mabinogi account. I don't know if it's alive though. I have to double check if it's alive. The Realm of the Mad God, never touched it. Arcade, I did play it. I don't remember what it was about though. Legend of the Mirror 3, never played it. Dragonhold, never played it. Phantasy Star Online 2, 1 and 2, and all the other fucking ones in between, I did play. Phantasy Star Online for me was like really, really big. Especially since I played it on the Dreamcast and stuff like that. EverQuest, I did play it. DC Universe Online, I played it. Blade and Soul, I played it. RPG Totem Online, I think I played this one, yeah. Astral Tale, I played it. Temtem, oh my god, that was like one of my first ones, holy shit. Summoner's War Chronicles, I don't know, Night Online, Grand Espadana, Wakfu, never played this one, I didn't want to play it though. Ragnarok Online, Tree of Savior, I played this one. Vindictus, I played it. Terra, I played it. Nostale, I played that one. Sword Art Online, no. So there's like a lot of old ones that I've played and a lot of new ones that I've never touched. Neopets, yeah, Guy Online, Neopets, I did play that too. I was more into Guy Online. I wasn't that into Neopets. I think Neopets is like not that much for me. I wasn't too big on it. Oh, I do want to play Grand Blue, but it's for PlayStation only. Only PlayStation. Fuck me, man. I don't have a PSP or PS4 or PS5 or PS6, PS7. Isn't it on Steam? No, isn't it only PlayStation? I thought it said PlayStation. Relink is Steam as well. Oh, really? What the fuck? Oh my god, I guess I'm just uneducated. Thank you, guys. If you guys can give me a moment, I do want to get some coffee. Just give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Chotamate. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm sorry for making you guys wait so long. God damn it. Like, my drip coffee takes like forever. I'm sorry. It's like I make a drip coffee. I don't make a grounded coffee. I'm sorry. I know I really should just like have my coffee place in my room, but I'm a little bit more, I'm like sanitary where I'm like I want it in the kitchen. But I made my coffee. Yay, I really needed it. I really needed it. Thank you guys for waiting for me. Sorry, and then I took like what 10 minutes or like it felt like it was like 10 minutes. Possibly 15. I'm sorry. I really wish it wasn't. The Movement game has a demo on Steam. Oh, snap. Alright, well that's like really cool, but I don't play demos because demos kind of spoil things for me. Always leaves me more to be wanted. It's like a cliffhanger. So I'm like, you know what? I rather you know, what's the word again? Edge myself until the game's released. Thank you though. Thank you for letting me know. I'm playing Poppy a little scary. Yeah, everyone's really been into Poppy's playtime. Is the story good? Is it actually a lot better than I guess initially thought it would be? Also, Ramen Boy, thank you for getting a community sub. I appreciate it. Nostalgic Nap, thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you. I joined the Discord. Oh, thank you. Hope you have a cozy time there. We do lots of movie watch parties. Yesterday I was hosting The Breadwinner and Wolfwalkers. It was really fun. The Breadwinner is actually a very sad movie. Such Edgelord. You don't know what's worse, Poppy or FNAF? I feel like FNAF has a bigger fan base, I guess you could say. Yeah, it did come out recently. I haven't played it, but I've noticed a lot of people playing it. FNAF has better jump scares. Yeah, Poppy's actually kind of cute. But I don't really know. I haven't played the game. I do think it's a good idea to continue playing Resident Evil because I haven't played any horror games in a while. Black coffee. Comfy vibes. Yeah, I do like my comfy vibes. So I do want to play some spooky games. It's just like the only downside is that when I move out, if I do happen to move like all my stuff, like I don't think I could do late night streams because I just don't think I can. Unless they're ASMR. If they're ASMR, I can do them. But like late night spooky streams, I don't think I'll be able to. Mostly just because like it's on the same level as everyone sleeps. So, you know, they'll be hearing me and I'll cause problems. But ASMR is something that I can do during the night, which is nice because I do want to go back to doing some ASMR streams. And that's not going to cause any problem because that's just soft whispering. So it's definitely like where I'll be living and my roommates that I'll be having. As much as like I you know, I think they're really cool and stuff like that, I might only want to live there for a year. I'm not entirely sure. I probably would want to get my own place eventually, or just even an apartment. Like even that would be better than nothing, just because like you know, I think it's just a good experience for me because I've never really had roommates that are like roommates and not family. So I think it's a good experience for me for experience what it's like to have roommates because family's a bit different. I do know that I'll be having a lot more privacy, which is really nice. I feel like that's something that I really need. But at the same time, I do feel like there's a lot more eggshells that I have to be careful walking on top of, which yeah, can add sometimes on to stress because I don't want to step on anyone's like short fuse and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm a very like I'm a person who avoids like what is it called, confrontations. Like I can handle a confrontation, but at the same time I'm more of the kind of person that might swallow my own tongue just to give the other person like you know, the say of word, because you know when you it's so much easier when you give people when you give people what they want. They don't argue and they don't fight you. And I'm often very like I know what it's like to be a little bit of a doormat, because a lot of my time in my life, it's not that I've chosen to be a doormat, it's just that I found it easier to just like let people have their way, because if not, they just fight and give you so much fucking pain in the ass problems. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just like so go with the flow. But so there are times where I just silence myself and I just go, just let them have their way, because if not, they're just gonna give you more problems. But if you do that too much, you start to these kind of people will start to take a really, really heavy hit on your confidence and your own like self as well. So and that's when a friendship that is like well, you know, with someone who is very vocal like that can turn into something very yeah, very kind of jaded, you know. So it is yeah, it's sometimes important to catch it before it happens. So my last friendship I had, my last long-term friendship that I had, like long-term meaning that it was someone that I didn't know like in my high school or middle school years. I met them and we became friends. I met them through Craigslist. They made a post about Disney, and back then Craigslist had a friendship, like you can meet people, and they even had like a dating aspect, but I wouldn't touch the dating one because it was full of just people who were like desperate and horny and wanted to have sex with like random strangers. But the friendship one, where it was like the meeting like one, that was to meet like anyone, like meet people, like friends, people who shared your same interests and stuff like that. And so this one person had like something about Disney and anime, and I was like so lonely. I didn't have any friends that were like into what I was into, and my close high school friends back then, you know, they were just very, very to themselves at that time. Could be just because of the living situations. And so like I became friends with them. We went to literally the first hangout we had, me and her, was literally at Disneyland. That's where we went. And we had fun. And like honestly, the friendship was good in the beginning. It wasn't bad, but over time you let this person step on you over and over and over, and you just allow it, because you're like, you know, I used to give the excuses like, oh, she's just my friend, oh, she's been through a lot of trauma, oh, you know, maybe she does think about me, but maybe she's just like overwhelmed in the moment. Well, maybe I should just go with it, because like if I don't go with it, she's gonna get angry with me, and or she's gonna get disappointed in me, or maybe, you know, maybe my say is not really that, and then these kind of things would start to evolve into like, well, it's like my say is not really that important anyway. Oh well, she's kind of like, you know, the leader in this friendship, so I should just let her have her way. And so it started to evolve into more unhealthier thinking on my part. And at some point, like I just didn't even like care. Like I just didn't even care like about decisions and about things, and she would just influence me in such a way that I became a little bit like a sheep. And I didn't even have my own like my own choices, my own opinions. Like we would do cosplay and she would rope me into cosplaying another character that I didn't like. there was nothing I liked about this character, but because it was like the character that she saw that I could do good, or that she saw that in her eyes that I was most like, or whatever, she'd be like, oh, you should do this character because I'm gonna be doing this character, and this character complements this character. They're always seen together in the animes, so like it makes sense for us to be you know, like friends in the anime, because like because there was always another character I wanted to cosplay, but they weren't like, they had no relation to that other character, and so she would be like, well, people won't make sense if you want to cosplay that character because they have no relation with the character that I want to cosplay, so you should cosplay this character because this character is her character's best friend. Like, what the fuck? And sometimes I'd be like, you know what, I do want to cosplay, but I want to cosplay a different character from another anime. I don't want to, or another game. I don't want to cosplay from this anime or game. I'm not into this game or anime. And she'd be like, well, it doesn't make sense for us to go to the convention if we're not cosplaying from the same anime. And I'm like, and I, at some point, like, I stopped arguing. Like, it was pointless to just argue and go nowhere. And I just like let her do what she wanted, and I would just follow like a drone. And I lost my own confidence in myself, you know, like completely decimated. Like, I just didn't even, like, my opinion didn't even matter in everything. Like, it's like when your best friend, you know, kind of like, I guess, like, makes you think this way, like, kind of like it's not makes you think, it's like you get what's the word again? It's like brainwashed, but not necessarily brainwashed. You get like not accustomed. No, it's not gaslit. It's come on, brain. Imposter. No. You get like the bottom eyes. No. You get like okay, desensitized. Yeah, you get like desensitized to things. Condition, yes, Shrimper. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you get conditioned to think that way. So you get over time, because you care about them. They're your best friend. So over time, you get conditioned to not like appreciate your own opinion and not appreciate like what you want. And then that condition makes you start to lose confidence in yourself, and you don't have the confidence to know what you want anymore. And so, yeah, that's what happened. And so that friendship, because I stayed quiet all the time in the sense that I didn't fight for what I wanted, you know? I gave up pretty early fighting for what I wanted, and when I should have never given up at all. I should have always fought for what I wanted. But I didn't want to upset her. I didn't want our friendship to get jeopardized. I didn't want to, you know, cause issues or complications or confrontations. And so I was just pretty much like a yes man. I was a yes man, very much so, like yeah, yes, all the time, and eating it up until I just couldn't anymore, and I didn't even know who I was anymore, and I had lost like my own self, like, you know, my own confidence, but also like who I was in general. Like, I was just pretty much like living like yeah, like a false reality, you know, like an imposter syndrome of someone who I wasn't, but I became conditioned to be that way because of my best friend not ever wanting and not ever thinking about me. Never ever thinking about me. It was always her and what she wanted, and finding ways of fitting me into her little puzzle, that piece that she had in her life. I wasn't really my own person anymore. I was just like a reflection of what she wanted me to be. And so over time, like I lost that, and I was lost for a long time until what happened is that and to this day I'm very thankful for it. So what happened was that she we had a falling out at some point in my life, and I do believe what happened was it was in relation to someone else coming into the picture, another female friend who hated me. And so they came into the picture, and something happened that it's like I kind of almost repressed it. I blocked it, but it was definitely something that like hurt me so badly that I cut her out completely. And it was definitely like a betrayal. It was like a betrayal, but apparently she felt betrayed as well. But it was mostly me who was betrayed. And so what happened is I cut her out completely, and I had no friend, and pretty much like I spent I think it was like an entire summer, maybe an entire fall, like not ever messaging her, and she never messaged me either, but she spent all this time with this other friend who absolutely fucking hated my guts. And she hated my guts because apparently there was a guy that she was interested in who apparently liked me. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not interested in men. I'm not interested in relationships. I was not interested in relationships, and I still struggle being ever interested in them. My only relationship I want is the relationship I have with you. That's the one I want. I love you guys very much. But yeah, so apparently that guy thought I was cute. Which I am, thank you very much. And so she got really angry with me and really pissed, and she never even had she didn't even know who I was. Like, she didn't even have a chance like to actually get to know who I was. It was just because this one guy thought I was cute and she liked that guy. And so basically she did a bit that my ex-best friend betrayed me with that other girl, and I told her, you know, she fucking hates my guts, and so she would just go and hang out with her, and basically like basically in a nutshell, like kind of like cut me off. She cut me off, and it was terrible because back then I will admit, see, this is the nice thing about being a person and learning from your mistakes. So when I was with my ex-best friend and we were really good friends, she was a gossip queen, and I wanted to please her, you know. I guess I'm a people pleaser. I'm still working on that. So I wanted to please her. That's why I was always a yes man all the time. I lost like trace of myself. I never, because I wanted to be someone I wasn't, and I wanted to be someone that she wanted me to be, and so I lost trace of myself. So I actually succumbed to being a gossip queen. Yeah, so that means, yeah, there was a stage in my early 20s where I became a bit of a gossip queen, because she was super into gossiping and talking behind people's backs, and she'd be like, oh my god, do you see like Cassandra, like, isn't she like, do you see the way she came to our meetup? Like, she came to our meetup like dressed like a whore. Like, I can't believe her. Like, honestly, like, I don't know how she thinks like this that. And I'd be like, oh yeah, like that's what my friend was saying. I'd be like, oh yeah, you're right, my god, like I can't believe Cassandra, like, can't believe she'd be like that, like blah, 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 blah. So basically my friend would start the gossip, and I'd be like, because I wanted to be accepted by her and loved and be her best friend, I would be like, yeah, you're right, not realizing that I was actually throwing a lot of fire into all of this. Like, I didn't know. I never in my high school, I never was part of this gossip clique, because I was an anti, you know, I didn't want to talk to people. I was a goth, and I was pretty much like, leave me alone, and you fucking leave me alone, losers. So I was very much so to myself. So I never had that stage. So after high school, early 20s, mid 20s, like I went through that stage pretty much. But it wasn't because that's who I was. It was because I was trying to be someone who I wasn't, to please someone else. And it took a lot of like and at some point, like, it actually started to become kind of the way I thought of things. And so I realized at some point, one time I was really upset because not an ex-friend, but somebody who was like in our little meetup squad and stuff like that we would do our hobbies and stuff like that. Apparently she basically talked really bad about my best friend, and so I went into my best friend's like Facebook conversation, and I kind of just let it all out. I let it all out, and it was like a lot of bad feelings, a lot of bad like gossip, and gossip in the sense that not that I heard it from someone, but that it's just like my opinions about the people, about that girl. And so I guess that in some sense I was holding it in for so long that it came out like really, really negatively, but also because of all these things and experiences that I was going on where she would do the same thing to me all the time, and I would be like, yeah, you're right. So what happened is the one time I did that to her, she was like my best friend was like taken back, and she was like, oh my god, you're so negative. You're so toxic. and she basically cut me out. She cut me out completely and blocked me on Facebook, blocked me on every like social media we had. And that's when I was like really like, what the fuck? Like what? Like you literally do this to me all the time. So, and then I realized that I was in the wrong, that it was wrong for me to even feel that way, and that's what I mean when I say I feel like I lost myself trying to be somebody that I wasn't. And so I went through that stage, and then I realized, like, reading through like a lot of my messages, because when you get blocked on Facebook you still read your messages, reading through my messages, reading through all the times that she would do the same to me and I'd just be like a yes man, I realized like, oh my god, I can't believe this, like this is not me. I've never once in my life like done this shit. Like this is like so like immature and beyond me. But it still took a grasp upon myself. And so I realized like, wow, but I was really, really hurt at the same time of being completely cut out by my best friend. So I realized now that I remember things, it wasn't me who cut her out. It was she cut me out basically. And during that time, it was like a summer. So I spent my entire summer alone indoors. I was so depressed. Like I would sleep from the day to the night, and then in the night I would just stay awake, and then I'd sleep into the day and the night. And my mom would be like super worried, and she's like she would tell me it's like she's like, she would say in Spanish, por favor, mi hija, no es como un hombre te dejó. And she'd be like, my daughter, it's not like a man left you. So I'd be so depressed, almost in the way like I lost my I lost like my one true love or something like that. But it wasn't that. It was just that I had never in my life been cut out like that by anyone. And more so by my best friend that I was very, very dependent on at that time. I was very dependent on, like we would always talk, and I didn't see her as a bad person back then. I just saw her as who she was, and I saw her by her mistakes and her flaws, and I accepted that, and so really, really, really got really hurt by that. Like, and then eventually, and the only reason she cut me out, which I find out much later, the reason that she cut me out is because apparently I guess she was hanging out with that other girl who hates my guts, and she, for some reason, showed her my DMs, and that other girl said, oh, you gotta cut that bitch out. She's toxic as fuck. But the thing is that I find out that my ex-friend didn't show the logs between the both of us. She just literally cropped out my parts. And I was shocked to learn that much later. I learned that much later, like way, way later. Because I talked with that girl who hated my guts. I actually talked with her. But that was much later. It was like a complicated matter. So fucking complicated, because what happened is that, so she cut me out because that woman who hated me told her to cut me out because she cropped out the parts of my conversation. So it painted me in a really bad light. And she played victim, and so then she became friends with that girl, and she left me out, pretty much to dry. And I did dry. I did dry. I cried a lot. I had a lot of sad parts, and I was super sad that was like the saddest summer I've ever had, ever since I was like 12 years old. So I had a terrible summer, and then come fall. Come fall, like around mid-fall, I was finally healing from everything and moving forward. I was just like, it is what it is. Like, fuck my life. I was like, it is what it is. And so like and never did I ever seek pity, you know. I never, during that time of where she cut me out, never did I allow myself to go and seek like forgiveness or something like that. Because I didn't necessarily do the wrong, you know. Like, I mean, I was at wrong for gossiping about that girl, but at the same time, she would always do the same thing. So when she cut me off, like, there was literally nothing I could do. There was no reason for me to go and beg and be like, hey, like, you know, on different social medias that she apparently did not block me on, I wasn't gonna go and message her at all. I had been determined over all my pain that I wasn't going to do it. And so like in sometime in fall, I think a convention happened that they went to that I wasn't part of, because obviously I wasn't gonna be part of it. She comes back like pretty much unblocking me on Facebook and coming back crying to me, and then blaming me and saying that I was to blame for everything, because I didn't reach out to her, and I could have reached out to her she's like, you could have messaged me on myfigurecollection.com. I'm like, bitch, why would I fucking message you? You literally cut me off. Like, why would I go like a fucking, like, I get that you see me like I'm a little puppy sometimes because I'm like, was so attached to you, but why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? That I'd have such like low self-esteem that I'd come back crawling back to someone who just cut me off. And so she came back to me, and she'd be like, pretty much we had our arguments about like, you know, it's your fault, this kind of thing. And over that time, I guess like I'm, you know me, you know me. I'm the kind of person that believes everyone deserves a second chance. I really do, like, actually wholeheartedly believe that. I know it's crazy, but I do wholeheartedly believe that. Even like the worst of situations, I still believe that a person deserves a second chance. At least a second chance. Not everyone agrees with this philosophy, which is okay. But for me, even though I've been hurt a lot, I still do believe in it, because the only reason I believe in it is because that I've been a person that has received a second chance, and I have changed. And it wasn't with this friend, it's with a family member. So I wholeheartedly know what a second chance can actually do to somebody. And I have seen multiple people in life as well get a second chance, and they don't burn that second chance, you know. So I gave her a second chance. Like, I really thought about it. I'm like, I know she hurt me a lot, she cut me off. Like, I cried about it, I went through a lot of depression about it, but like, I have to give her a second chance, because like, if I don't give her a second chance, then what about the me who wouldn't have never received a second chance, you know? So I think about it like that. I always see the world from my own perspective, but as well from perspectives of how other people see me. So that's the way I kind of view things, and that, I guess that makes me a little bit open-minded, because like, you know, if you see the world only through your eyes, then sometimes things can be very closed-minded. But if you see the world through your eyes and through the eyes what someone else sees, it's so complicated. It's like okay, you see the world through your eyes, but what about if you see the world through the eyes of someone that sees you? It broadens your perspective by a lot. So I've always seen the world like that, not just through my eyes, but through the eyes of those who see it, who look at me. You know, so I told myself, you know, if I don't give her a second chance, like, what about the person who is a family member who I did so wrong? You know, I acted very bad. What if they have never given me a second chance? So I gave her a second chance, and I told her, okay, we're gonna make amends. We're gonna leave it at, you know, I did wrong and you did wrong, and we both did wrong. But we have to learn from this wrong kind of thing. And so we made up, we made friends. And then when I went to see her, literally she just starts to cry and tell me how abusive like the other girl was. And how like fucked up in the head the other girl was. And I'm like, and honestly, like, in that time, because you care about your friend, even though she just fucking hurt you and destroyed your heart. Like, I didn't think about like, oh, what a coincidence. Karma. I didn't think about, yeah, I said, yeah, part of me did say, oh, well, look how the tables turned in my head. But at the same time, she's crying and then like, what am I supposed to do? And then she would explain to me so many things that apparently she did. And I'd be like, and I'd feel sorry for her because like I don't know if I really, I'm just like, I feel sorry for my friends, for people I care for. Like if they're crying and sobbing, yeah, of course. How can I not feel bad? And so I told her I'm sorry, and it was like, and apparently it was over many things, and so basically that's when that friendship fell apart. And so I stood by my friend's side and helped her pretty much drive the other girl out of her life, and for good. And it was really complicated because like in the beginning she wanted to give her like a second chance, and what happened is that the other girl just didn't take her shit is all. That's the thing. My friend was always my ex-friend, my ex-best friend. She was always the kind of person who really wanted to take advantage of others in some way. And so like you would go to a convention and you would go to convention to have fun, right? You go to have fun. You don't go to be a fucking... What are the people that a bellhopper? Is that what they're called? The people that carry your bags? And so I would go to conventions with her, and she would be like, "Oh, can you carry my bags? Can you carry my bags? Because I'm wearing 5 pounds of cosplay on me. I'm too tired. I can't carry my bags." And so I'd be like, "Okay, I'll carry your bags, I guess." And then over time, I couldn't enjoy the convention because I was fucking like freaking carrying like 10 pounds of fucking shit. The bellhop, yeah. And I'm like, and then she'd just be like, you know, all around, and I'd be like, I'd be in fucking cosplay too, and I'm still carrying her shit. And her boyfriend would bounce. Like her boyfriend would bounce because he knew that if he stayed, he would become a bellhopper. So he'd be like, "Up, I gotta work," and he'd just leave. And I'd be like, "Dude, you're literally leaving this on me, and I'm not her fucking girlfriend. I'm her best friend." And so it was my responsibility. So what happened is that when she cut me off and became friends with this other girl, and they went to conventions together, this other girl was like not going to be the bellhopper. She would deal with it, but over time that soured their relationship, and fast, because she didn't want to be a bellhopper. Who the fuck wants to go to a convention, pays $40 for one day, or like $150 for the weekend, and all you're doing is carrying around bags? It's absolutely miserable. And so I remember the very last convention the three of us went to, it was like, you know, she had told me that it was in a way to see if she had changed or something like that. And so we all went to the convention together, and I remember that entire time I was there in cosplay. My best friend was my ex-best friend was in cosplay, and the girl that she had like you know, broken ties with me was there too, but she wasn't in cosplay, so she shoved all the bags on her, all the bags, and I felt so bad because I was carrying my own shit, like as usual. Like, I'm not a fucking scumbag. I'm gonna carry my own shit, bro. And so, but I'd feel bad because she'd be like lunging about behind us, and I'd be like, you know, do you need help? Like, I can help you carry some of my you know, of her bags. And she'd be like, no, because she hated me. And she'd be like, no, I don't want your help. No, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. I don't want your help. I don't need your help. And I'd be like, okay. Okay. And so pretty much that entire convention was very miserable for her, and I could see it in her eyes. She couldn't enjoy it. I mean, who would? And I guess for some reason in my ex-best friend's eyes, she thought it was like okay, like to do that. She wasn't doing it out of spite. She would do that because she would always do that. It's just that she would do it to me, but at that time, in that situation, she would just throw it on her. And I remember in my mind being like, thank God that girl's not me. I'm like, thank God. And so what happened is that after that convention, that friend, that was like the last straw for her, and she like cut I almost said my ex-best friend's name. She cut my ex-best friend like off completely. And I remember my ex-best friend crying like so much because apparently I guess she thought that they were still friends or whatever. And I'd be like in my head, like I tried to make her understand, like maybe if you didn't, you know, fucking make her carry all those bags, she'd still be your friend. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, should fucking like bounce. Like, you know, you have to have the guts of steel like me to stay by somebody. You have to be extremely loyal. You have to love someone really deeply and be very loyal to stay by that kind of treatment. And I stuck by it. But that girl didn't. She didn't. And that didn't happen shortly after I came back into my ex-best friend's life. That didn't happen shortly after, and so she lost that friend and that friendship because that woman knew her own worth. She knew her value, and she knew her own worth, and she knew that she wasn't supposed to be someone's fucking bellhopper, you know? And she knew that real friends don't do that. And so pretty much like, yeah, so I gave my friend a second chance, and I stood by her during the time when the friend that she literally cut me off, cut her off. And in my head, I was just like, well, this, as much as she cries and as much as she sobs, this really is the consequences of her own actions. Like, this literally is karma. But I didn't say it to her. I didn't say it to her because I'm not a dick. I'm not gonna say it. But in my head, I knew there was no need to say something. You know. So like, and so pretty much, yeah. After that, I started to kind of see, in a way, how my friend was, like my ex-friend was. First, it was with the bellhopping, which she, funny enough, the convention we went to next, she tried to push that onto me, and I stood my ground and I said no. I said no. I said, I'm sorry. I know you're tired. I know you're cosplaying, but I'm also tired and I'm cosplaying too, and I can only carry my own stuff. I'm sorry. And she was like left with a word in her mouth. And I was, the reason is because like I wasn't going, like I gave her a second chance. It doesn't mean a second chance to abuse me. It means a second chance to be my friend. You know, because I could have never given her that second chance. I could have been the person and be like, you know what? You chose your path. Like, I'm sorry, it's over. But I was nice and I gave her the second chance, and she got her karma afterwards. But if she wanted to kind of push that on me again, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I have my own stuff to carry, and I'm not. And I told her, if you really need help and you're really like, just please call your boyfriend and tell him. You have a boyfriend, okay? Every little bitch can't carry your shit. And I remember she threw a fit in all these things and made things really awkward. But I just cut it off as, oh well, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go to the dealer's hall real quick. And so I left and I went to the dealer's hall. And when I came back, maybe it was like 40 minutes later, her boyfriend was there by her side, and I guess carrying her shit. I was like, yeah, exactly. If you want someone to carry your shit, bitch, go fucking have your boyfriend to carry it. Don't type of your fucking friends to carry your shit, dude. It's so embarrassing. And I'd always feel bad whenever we went to future conventions and it was with like other people. Like, she'd always want to push it onto them, and I felt bad. Like, but I stayed quiet all the time. She knew after that to never push that on me ever again. She knew. And so what happened is that after those experiences, she started to want to make friends with more people, and I was like, yeah, go ahead, make friends with more people, broaden your friendship horizons and stuff like that. And when that happened is when I realized that she wasn't really my best friend. She was indeed just a friend, you know, because she would always like, you know, continue gossiping about people. And I stopped gossiping about people after that experience, realizing that's not who I was, and I was just being someone I wasn't. I stopped completely, and she would try to sometimes gossip to me, and I would just say, things like, oh, well, maybe it's not as you think, maybe it's not as you perceive, maybe you just gotta look at it from a different aspect, you know? And she didn't like those answers. She wanted answers that would fuel the flame. like, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. But I just gave her introspective answers, and she would just like stop the conversation there. And she'd go find someone else to gossip to. That's how people are. That's how gossipers are. And I realized, and I so slowly over time, over these 7 or 8 years that we were friends, I realized the way that her mind worked. And then she would come to me and she'd always ask for like, hey, can you do free artwork for me? Can you draw my OC? Please, I need help with this and this and that and that. And there was never any payment, never any like a credit or anything like that. And even when there was credit, you know, you could also just like give me something, like $5 is nice. I did plenty of free jobs for her as a friend, you know, but over time she just wanted free things, and then she'd be like, oh, you know, for our group, can you do this and this and that and that and that? And I'd be like, girl, I can't. I'm doing school, like I just can't just do these things for you for free. I stood my ground, and then one time I asked for payment, like upfront. Like I said, okay, you want me to do this? I gotta get paid for it. I'm sorry. You're my friend, but that doesn't mean that you get free work from me. And she just basically stopped at all, like ever asking for anything from me when it came to artwork. So that's how, do you see how it is? When you stop her on her track, she stops completely. Like she won't fight it. But you have to stand your ground. You have to stand your ground. And so over time, that's what I did. And so I used to be I used to be her bellhopper. I used to be her little free artist. I used to be like so many things, and then the next stage was for me to be her meetup like organizer helper. So basically somebody who would drive an hour away, hour away, so that means it was 2 ways if I had to go home, and I would come early and I would help her set up her little meetups and stuff like that, because she used to do like little doll meetups and stuff like that. I would help her set those up and then spend time and effort out of my time, and I'd do it, because we were friends, because that's what I thought friends were for, you know, like friends are someone you rely on. And I also didn't expect for it to be all the time. I thought it was just maybe this time that she really needed it, but it became every single time. Hey, and she'd automatically place me into these things. And I'd be like, what are you doing? I don't have time on that day. Like, why do you automatically assume that I have time to help your ass? And she'd be like, oh, well, you can't, I need help. I can't cancel the meetup. There's like 10 people coming. You can't, I need your help, please. Like, can you like reschedule? And I was like, and I'd feel bad, and feel always all the time. And I'd feel bad, and I'd be like, well, shit, sounds like she really, really needs my help. But over time, I realized it was just her using me. And so I'd help her set everything up early in the morning, and then late at night, take everything down and bring everything back up to her 3 or 4 story fucking apartment. And she wouldn't do anything. And over time, like you kind of, in the beginning, you kind of just shrug it off. You don't really like think about it, because you see that you're helping your friend. You're helping someone who's important, that you care about, who you believe is your best friend. So why are you gonna think about like, what do I get in return? You know, you don't think about that. Because you're helping your friend. You're expecting that one day they may, in return, help you, and maybe, you know, one day maybe. Even then, it's not about what you get in return. It's about helping your friend who needs you. But over time, that's how you easily kind of sometimes can get used by friends, because sometimes they just want to use you, basically. And it made me super sad, because like I'd spend so much time and a lot of effort, and I whenever I would ask her like, hey, how come you don't help carry the table up the 4th flight of stairs? And she'll be like, oh, well, I can't because like my knees hurt and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, because she was like really sorry, girl. It's just really like like, I guess FAAT. Which I understand. But she wasn't to the point where she couldn't walk or go upstairs, you know? And it actually would do her good. It would do her good, okay? And so she would do it because she was just lazy. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just about the pain and all these things. Like if it was about the pain, why would she make a woman who is like 400 pounds go up and down the stairs carrying shit? Because that was one of her friends. One of her friends is like 400 pounds, like legit. The biggest person I've ever known. But she had a really nice, like a really good heart. She had a really good heart. And I'd be like, oh my god, and I'd be like, oh my god, Dan, please, like you don't have to do this. Like you know, like I don't understand, like, you know. And she'd be like, oh, it's okay, you know, I can do this, it just takes me some effort. And I'm like, bruh. And so that's when I started to realize that it wasn't that she couldn't do it, my ex-best friend, is because her fucking lazy ass didn't want to do it. That's why. And she'd just be sitting down and just watching everyone else do the shit, and I'm like, oh my god. And that's when I realized, I'm like, holy shit, am I actually helping my friend, or am I just being used by my friend? And so when I realized that, and I also realized that she'd always go, like, after the meetup, she'd be like, oh, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much to my loving boyfriend for supporting me and being by my side. And thank you everyone for coming. And then I'd be like, bitch, what about the rest of us who help your fucking ass? Why can't you do like a shout out and say like, hey, thank you for like because I was like technically like the co-host. Technically, I got no recognition. My bitch ass got no recognition. And I'd be like, damn. And it took me a few times of never getting any recognition. And during one Christmas meetup that we had, everyone like brought her gifts and stuff like that. And I was really happy, and I brought her a gift as well, like, of course. And then basically somebody during that time someone asked me, hey, you know, like I always see you here, like you're always here, like are you like the co-host or something like that? I'm like, bro, yes I am. Oh my god, you barely fucking know now. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought her boyfriend was the co-host. And I'm like, bro, that motherfucker does nothing. And I'm like, well, it's not like it matters anyways, what I told her. And she's like, oh my god, I'm sorry I didn't bring you a present. I'm like, what? No, you don't have to apologize. I wasn't expecting anyone to bring me anything. In my head I was like, I'm not even existing, you know, like I'm non-existent. Like I might be the co-host, but I was never introduced nor appreciated as one. And so I think it was after that meetup that I realized, like, oh my god, no one even knows. And I asked a couple of people, and lots of people didn't even know there was a co-host. And I realized that I would go through all our meetups and realize she would never put me down as anything. Never say to anyone that I was anything. And I'm like, why am I doing everything that I'm doing? I'm never even being recognized for anything. I mean, she's my friend, yeah, but like, it's sad that she wouldn't even, like, you know, take time to do anything. It was always just thank you at the end. And I got really sad and I got depressed about it. And so I asked a lot of people about their opinions, and people outside of that hobby as well. You go to meetups? Not anymore. That was in the past. I don't do that anymore. But I asked a lot of people if this was right or if this was wrong. And a lot of people said it wasn't right. It wasn't right. That even if she was your friend and you were helping her, that the least she could do was to at least like go in front of everyone and say, oh, also, can you guys help my co-host? They helped me set up and everything like that. And it is true, because that's what I would do for somebody. If I had been the leader of like some meetup and I had my friend or multiple friends coming early, helping me set up, helping me take everything down, I would tell, and I would want people to know that, you know. I'd be like, can we have like an applause for like a person A, person B, and person C? Like, they came early and they helped me again today. Like, can you please like have a round of applause for them? You know, it's the right thing to do. It's not, you know, especially it's the least you can do. It's the least, especially if you're not like offering anything. You know. And so I took that and realized, and then I took a break. I told my friend I was gonna not go to meetups for a while, and she's like, who's gonna help me? And I'm like, I don't know who's gonna help you. You figure that out. And so I shut her off, like, and then guess what she did? She went and she got other people to do her attorney work. She got other people to do it. And then I would come into meetups like maybe like 3 or 4 months later, and I didn't like, I would be like, okay, I guess I can help now. And she'd be like, oh, I don't need your help anymore. Like, she'd just be like, oh, I don't need your help anymore. And I'm like, bruh? Well, I'm like, friends help friends, right? I'm like, because I was testing her. Because I already knew the way she would be. Like, same thing with all the multiple things in the past. She'd find other people to do it. And so I'd be like, friends help friends though, right? And she's like, oh, well, yeah, all the slots are filled. I have other people that are going to help me. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, I see. Could you believe that? Could you believe that? The audacity, right? and then all the time, never giving gratitude, never giving thanks to the people who helped, never anything. But I was like, I was so happy to be free of that. I was so happy to be free of that. I didn't have to no longer come like 4 hours early and leave like 4 hours later, you know? I can come on time and leave on time and stuff like that. But, you know, over time I realized that's how she is. That's how she is. And so I slowly kind of distanced myself. When she started doing meetups, she made lots more friends. Therefore, she didn't really need my friendship anymore. My friendship was only ever something she really needed when it was just me and her as friends. And that really hurt my heart, I think, deep down inside, because it wasn't like that for me. It wasn't like that for me. I'm always the kind of person that, you know, really, really appreciates her best friend and best friends in her life. And I didn't make multiple friends like she did. I was always shy, and I appreciate her friendship. And so times when I needed her, she wasn't there for me because she'd be like, oh, sorry, I'm hanging out with this, and this, and this, and we're gonna be busy. I'm sorry. And I'd be like, well, what about us? And she'd be like, oh, I don't know. I guess we'll have to hang out another time. Me tries to get another time. Oh, sorry, I'm busy with this. And this wasn't like things to do. They were just other friends that she made in this meetup place. And so like, oh, well, I guess I'm not really needed anymore, is what I thought. And it made me cry all the time. It made me cry so much because like, I hate that feeling of not being needed, but you need that other person, you know? Even in a small way, just because they were your friend. And so over time, I realized that, you know, I wasn't really her best friend. I was just another friend. I had become just another friend. And so I had to distance myself, and I did take my measures of distancing myself. I started to focus a little bit more on being, you know, trying to make friends online and stuff like that. I had to feel like that, like kind of loneliness, the feeling of not being needed somewhere else. And over time, as I took a distance from her and she didn't need me, like she wouldn't message me and need me in multiple times, just leave me alone. I realized that, like, wow, you know, like I devoted so much time to my friend, but like, what was this for? Like, you know, like I don't understand. And it made me open my mind, and I started to see her in a different light. And it wasn't anymore the pity and stuff like that. Because when you see someone and you view them and you feel pity for them all the time, even in the smallest ways, like it can sometimes shield you from seeing how they really are, you know? It's like how you see a baby. A baby's a baby, you know? You feel like, oh, the baby can't do any wrong. So yeah, I started to see her in a different light, and I would see how she would treat other people, because she was no longer mistreating me specifically. She wasn't mistreating me or focusing on me. So I would see how she treated other people, and that's when I started to see the world not through my eyes, but through the eyes of others. And I could see how she really is, and that's what it took me. It took me 7 or 8 years of that constant friendship, and during those 2 last years I started to really see her for who she was. And I couldn't see it before because of me loving that person and caring for that person, and that's my best friend right there. She can't do wrong to me. But I started to see from other people's eyes, and I realized, wow, she really is just so self-centered. Like, it's all about her. It's all about what you can give her and what she can receive from you. And that's when I started to like you know, really like move past that. And I believe it was something that she said that I told you guys before, where it really it made me see her for who she was in a way where she was unveiled completely. Because like when you have like a bad side of yourself, like an unsightly side, like for me, my unsightly side that I wouldn't want other people to see is when I wake up on the bad side of the bed. Or if someone disturbs my sleep, I get really moody. Not that I'm a bitch, but I can end up being somewhat a little bit brash, I guess you can say. So I can say something and act a certain way and not realize that I'm acting and saying those things, but it's because I'm influenced by a bad mood or not having, you know, waking up on the bad side of the bed or something like that. So, but that's a normal thing though. It's a normal thing. And obviously when I also, an unsightly side of myself I wouldn't want other people to see is a side of myself that is like a reflection of my past self, meaning that whenever I feel like in danger or I feel like I did wrong and I hurt someone I love, I get into really not pleasant side to see. It's very pitiful, I guess you can say. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah, it's just PTSD. You can't do anything about it. But I get like I run away and I hide in small corners, like small places like a closet, any small little corridor place. I will go there and I'll hide and I cry. It's like Gollum. But it's a side of myself like I can't control, like it happens, and when it's triggered and I can't do anything. I just act upon acting, but it is a side of myself I don't want people to see, you know? I wouldn't want people to see. I don't mind talking about it because like I'm talking about it, but I wouldn't want someone to see because it's so pitiful, you know? And I don't want people to pity me. I don't want people to pity me. You know, you don't have to pity me. I've been through what I've been through, but it's shaped me for who I am, and I'm really proud of who I am. Because I see how some people are not as like understanding and not like I actually do see the good in me. Not the good in me, but I see like the worthy traits in me, you know? The traits that I used to not see in the past, I do see them now because I see, but it takes a lot of observing other people to realize that you think a bit different from other people, you know? Maybe it is because of what I experienced in my life that makes me able to see things in the way that I see it. And that's the side of myself that I actually do acknowledge. I'm not a narcissist, but I do say, wow, miilky, you know, it makes you a bit different from other people. You can see things in a way maybe other people can't see. And I think that's an admirable trait. You should be proud of that. You know, the pain I carry, the scars I carry them proudly. But there are times where I can't help but act a certain way. And it's a certain way I wouldn't want anyone to see me. And that's why I hide, I think it's so. I think that I hide because I don't want to be seen like this. But I'm, you know, so that's, everyone has unsightly sides that they don't want other people to see. And not even know. I don't mind letting people know now, but I just still wouldn't want anyone to see it. Or experience it. Experience / scene, right? But still, like, so she would always hide her unsightly side, and it was during that time in person when she had told me, because most of the time she would show this unsightly side, but through text. Also, RTVOD, thank you for your Team 5 community sub, sweetie. Arigato. So she would show this unsightly side in text, so you couldn't really feel it, you know, you couldn't really see it. You can only read it. And you'd have to experience it like that. But the one time she made a mistake is the one time she showed that side of her. It was unveiled, and I saw that side of her in person, in person and she talked to me like showing that side of her, I realized it was like one of those moments that they say like you know, like all is unveiled, and it made me really see who she was. At least the most unsightly side of her that she always hides and tries to pretty much like hide it. But it's a feeling that she felt. And so what she said is that this is what she said. So I already told you about her 400-pound friend, right? The one who had a really good heart. So she was really kind woman. She was very big. I will admit, she was probably the biggest person I've ever met like in person. But she had a really good heart. And she would always do her free sewing jobs all the time, never asking for anything in return. And she would also like she would also have this problem. That was a problem that she couldn't control because of her weight. So when you get to being really big like that, like your folds start to kind of fold, and if you don't like, you know, take care of them or like put powder in them or something like that, apparently was what she tells me, they can start to smell and she can let out not a pleasant odor. It's not her fault. It happens to people who are like 400 and 500 pounds. Like, it's just a normal thing. And they can take like multiple showers in one day, I guess, and I don't really know. I mean, you guys have probably seen 400-pound life. So she would smell not the best sometimes, but it wasn't something that, you know, you should say out loud. You shouldn't say, wow, this person smells so bad to your friend. Like, why do you need to let that, you know, just keep it in yourself? Oh my god, like, have the decency of keeping that in yourself. And so she would always say that, but that one time when she showed her real feelings and it was in person and I was there and I had just like decided to go out with her somewhere, and it was when I really saw her for who she was, and what she said is that it was over Trump. So when Trump got elected, apparently this 400-pound friend of hers voted for Trump. And my ex-friend was like really against Trump. She fucking hated Trump, and she talked about how she was gonna like that she would like let go of friendships just because they voted for Trump. And so she said, I'm only so and so's friend, the girl who's 400 pounds, and she's like, I'm only so and so's friend because she does me free sewing jobs. And she said that in person to me. And when I looked at her, I literally looked at her and I remember looking at her and it's like for a moment she realized that she let that out. And she's like, well, you know, like it's mostly also because she voted for Trump or whatever. And I'm like, and that's all I said. Okay. It's like, I literally said that. But I remember, like, I couldn't believe that she said that. That poor woman, she has done so much for her, like even more sometimes than me, because she has such a good heart, and probably because it's not easy for her to find friends and stuff like that. But she has such a good heart, and yeah, I get it that she has a little bit of odor problems, and yeah, maybe, and yeah, she's really big, but she has a good heart. And I was so like in my head, like I still had not realized like the extent of her words until I got dropped off at my place, and I like actually got into a furious like I think it was like I think it must have like everything snapped in my head, like all the times she treated me bad, all the times I seen her treat other people bad, and this poor woman as well. Like I got so pissed, I started punching the wall like very fiercely. And then I realized it's over. I told myself it's over. It's over. And then that's when I realized that it was the end. It was like in that moment everything crumbled, and it was the last straw. And it didn't take it. And the thing is that it wasn't the mistreatment towards myself that was the last straw. It was the mistreatment to someone who's such a good-hearted person, someone who's gone through so much turmoil and literally is like living a life where she's just trying to live her life, you know, as a 400-pound woman. And then I took, and it really hit me. It really hit me like a fucking like bulldozer. And everything I saw my ex-friend as who she was. And I never forgave her. I never forgave her that. I never told her anything. I just literally cut her out. I cut her out completely. It was Jover. It was Jover. But it was Jover because that woman, though she is 400 pounds and though she has like so much things and stuff like that, she is such a good-hearted woman. And I feel bad because like she never knows to this day that my ex-friend really felt that way about her. But I'm not gonna be the one who tells her. No way. No, I'm done. Like I was done that moment. When I felt like, I think it was just an energy thing, you know? It was hard to see that in text. But when you see it in person and you look at the person in the eyes and you see them, it's like you feel it. And it was such a terrible feeling. It was terrible. It was like the feeling of being disgusted. And I remember that I was so disgusted in that moment that I took out a piece of cinnamon gum. Because I couldn't get that disgust out of my mouth. Like I couldn't get it out of my mouth. I spent like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and I kept like you know, like just like nasty and upset. And so I had a cinnamon gum in my mouth and I just chewed that, and it helped a lot. I've never felt that feeling ever with anyone. Like something somebody says is so disgusting that you have to like take a piece of gum out. I like cinnamon gum. Yeah, it's my favorite. So yeah, that happened with my ex-friend, and I pretty much like, it really takes a long time and a lot of like you know, trial and error and seeing things from other people's eyes. Not just how people treat you, but how those people treat other people is how you really realize how someone is. And I guess for me, yeah, it took that much, and I cut her out of my life completely. Like there was no remorse. There was no remorse. No communication, no nothing. I ghosted her pretty much. And she never tried to really reach out to me besides like that 2 different places, but I had been so done over everything that I literally deleted my Facebook. My Facebook does not exist. That's how full of rage and full of like I'm done with is like I just deleted my Facebook entirely. So all the friends I had made during those meetups, they were gone. I did not keep connections with them. And I feel part of me feels guilty, but part of me does not feel guilty because I knew that no matter what, if I kept them, it would have kept me somewhat in connection with this ex-friend of mine that I did not want anything to do with it anymore. I needed to cut them out all completely, and I did. And it took a lot. It took a lot for it to happen, though. It wasn't a decision that I thought overnight. It was one that just happened in like pure, you know, in the moment. And I have never felt so like the, you know, like weight being on your shoulders lifted. Like that's how it felt. It felt like that. It felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like my wings had been closed for a long time. And in that moment, I just stretched and I felt like I had wings. I felt like my wings stretched with me. That's the feeling that I felt. It wasn't a weight lifted on my shoulder. It was the fact that it felt like I had wings, but they had been chained this entire time. So the impulse and the gut feeling move that I had done, it had been needed, and I'm actually so glad I did not think about anything. Because if I had taken a moment just to think about it, I know there would have been a side of myself that would have told me, don't do it. Like, no, you're gonna lose everything. Don't do it. And so I'm glad I did it. And, you know, and I never went back. And when I decided not to go back, I realized that, like, I started to come to love myself more, appreciate myself more, realize that my opinion does matter. And I remember I would hang out with my high school friends, and they'd be like, they would always tell me all the time, oh my god, that friend of yours is so bad for you. Like girl, we're just letting you know because we love you. And I didn't listen to them. And when I hung out that time with them, like, yeah, I cried, and they comforted me, and they're like, and they're like, it's okay. You know, we may not like anime and stuff like that, but we still like you. We still love you. We can go out and eat, like, into the movies and stuff like that. And I realized what it was really much so like to have somebody, like a real true friend. Not someone that you have to be bending your ass over for and be their servant and be their yes man. And there were times where it took time, a lot of time, for me to realize that my opinion mattered. And every time my friends knew it too, and they'd push me to choose and stuff, like, oh no, you should choose, like, Miilky, you should choose, like, you know, and then you didn't choose last time. I'm like, no, whatever you guys want, it's fine, I'm happy with whatever you get want. And they'd be like, don't be like this bitch. And so I realized that, and I'd be like, okay, I want to go to the arcade, and they'd be like, okay, let's go to arcade then. So, you know, it's like, I really I really healed from a lot of that now, and it's good to talk about it, because it's good to let other people know you may have gone through something else, like, just like me, and it's okay, like, you know, I mean, yeah, sure, somebody else has, and people have told me, wow, I can't believe you wasted 7 years of your life with that person, and I'm like, you're right, but it's not wasted, it's not wasted because I learned so much from this. So whenever somebody says that, I want them to see from my perspective how, yeah, my struggles and my pain and all the thing I went through, it might seem wasted, but not really, because you learn so much from what you did, and I ended up growing so much from this, not losing as much as I gained in return, you know? And when it comes to like insight, when it comes to wisdom, when it comes to coming to love myself more, and realizing that I don't need someone else's, like, I don't need to be somebody's yes man to find love and appreciation for myself, you know? It took a lot. And I actually, as much as another part of me wishes that I never met her, so I can see how in the journey of my own self, how it was needed. It was needed for it to happen, for me to evolve and progress and become a better me, you know? And that's just how life is. And, you know, I'm sure many of you have gone through people in your life that have been abusive or have been someone who you may have wasted time on, but if you come to realize how some of it is sometimes needed, in the sense that it helps you kind of grow, and not be the person you were before. And I'm not the person I was before anymore. I do definitely realize, like, how much I matter to myself, and I don't need to be a reflection of what someone wants me to be, you know? Yeah, and it's okay. You don't have to be angry for me. Don't you worry. No anger, no sadness, no pity, no nothing. Honestly, like, guys, like I told you, like, I'm very, very, like, I've come to terms with it, and I've evolved from it. And it's made me grow. It's made me realize my self-worth, and that my opinion matters. That and not to. Also, I learned the signs of someone who wants to use you. And I think the only bad thing that came from it is the fact that I'm a little like uptight when it comes to trusting people. It did put another padlock on my heart, but maybe it's a necessary padlock. It's one that will help test the waters to see if somebody really is just trying to use me. I have become a little bit paranoid, I will say that. Sometimes it's hard for me to make friends because I'm always afraid that they will want to use me. But at the same time, maybe it can be seen as well as like another way to test somebody, to see if they actually do want to be your friend and appreciate you for who you are. Yeah. So it's like, there's good and bad, but no matter what, that's just how life is. And you know, we just can't let these experiences like keep us down, because that's what they would want. If she knew now how much I am soaring way above her, she'd be baffled. But she doesn't need to know. That's the thing. I don't need her to know. She probably has no idea that I've become a very popular mommy who comforts many people around the world. She probably has no idea, and honestly, that's how I want it to be. I don't need to prove to her anything. Nothing at all. the less she ever thinks about me, the more better it is. And if she does think about me, then it's fine. There are times I still think about her. I won't deny it. But I'm never ever thinking about the thoughts that we should still have been friends. I think that it was good that we went our ways, and it's not, yeah, I know that I'm enough and I don't have to be, you know, I don't have to find my you know, my own importance in someone else's acceptance of me, I guess you can say. That's not the best way of saying it. Sorry for me ranting. I'm sorry. But it's really nice to talk to you guys about this. I probably talked to you guys a bit about this a lot. I haven't had a lot of it, bonds in my life, I guess you can say. Besides those, I've always been very, very in my comfort zone. So I haven't created lots and lots of bonds in my life. So maybe that's why I'm still not, you know, quote unquote jaded. Because some people in life do feel very jaded because they have gone through they have made so many bonds, and so many bonds have gone wrong, you know? So sometimes they think that everything is gonna be like that. But even then, I still don't think that that's the right thought. Not everything is gonna be like that. Not everyone is gonna be like that. There's gonna be people out there who who are really good people and the right people to be friends with. It just takes time finding them. It's our miilky. IRL lore is interesting. It's like a teacher talking about their personal life. I love you guys. You guys make me smile. I love you so much. I really do. Mwah. I had to cut someone off before because I realized they were not actual friends or cared about me. Yeah, see, I know that many of you can also relate. And if some of you can't relate in the moment, then that's not a bad thing. Don't worry. Don't worry, okay? People eating good on lore tonight. Oh, the lore of the cow is, I've been, like Rapunzel in the tower for a very long time. Yeah, I was like Rapunzel. No, yeah, I was like Rapunzel in the tower. Instead of Mother Knows Best, it was Father Knows Best. So far you've come, you should be proud. Thank you. Yeah. I am proud of myself. I'm happy to say that I am, but I'm also proud of you guys as well. I'm a pretty cynical person. I know that it's awful. Oh, it's okay. I know that sometimes the you know, it comes like everything stems from something. And if you're aware of it, that means that you're on the step of, if you ever feel like you want to work on it, you can work on it. You're already aware of it. It's not invisible to your eye. And I understand like sometimes the cynical mindset, but you also have to, maybe a good way to combat it is the concept of coming to appreciate beautiful things in life. It doesn't necessarily mean people, especially if you're cynical about people in general. Like, you can work on that kind of mindset by being in the presence of nature or things that are beautiful in their own way, in their own mysterious way, you know? At least that's how I used to be a little bit especially in high school. I used to be a little, not cynical, but like maybe it was cynical actually, where you thought life was kind of like it's kind of dull. There's not much to it besides living. And so I did learn from that and combat it with realizing that sometimes you're just too caught up in your own hustle bustle of your daily life and your family matters and friend matters that you don't take a moment to realize the slow things in life, the things that always go every single day unappreciated. Like, for example, the way the grass smells in the morning when it's freshly cut, or when the rain showers, or the sound of the rain hitting the glass, or even just the way the bubbles fizz in champagne, and how if you pair that against the sunlight, and you gaze through it, it looks like you're looking through the ocean, you know? Like, even the most simplest things in life, you have to take notice of them. And it helps, over time, it helps you really appreciate how mysterious and how big and vast and unknown and scary, but also beautiful and wonderful the world can be. It's not just about wars, guys. I know that wars happen. I know politics are a thing. I know that, you know, your local... Sorry, my nose. Your local, like, serial killers on the loose. Like, I know those things are things. They are things that are most likely, yeah, they're things that are very prominent, and there's always going to be war raged in one part of the world, but it's not necessarily always just about that. If you focus only on that, then you will get exhausted and cynical about life and cynical about the world, but it's not necessarily always like that. You know, like, it's like you have to take time to also appreciate the things that go unlooked all the time, you know? Don't only focus on the things that are so prominent. There are many things that are also prominent and they go underappreciated. Like, have you ever taken a moment to realize that you know, the beauty of volcanoes and how, yeah, they erupt and they probably spew a lot of melted lava everywhere, but they do create new islands and new ecosystems and stuff like that. You're not gonna die alone, baka! Baka! Baka baka baka! No one's gonna die alone, don't be silly. What the hell? Why am I here then? I'm never gonna let you die alone. You're never gonna be alone with me, okay? And in general, you may think that way and you may see the world that way, but it's not going to be like that. I've told you guys multiple times how I like the world. Everyone is like a ripple in a huge lake. Your existence ripples and you don't even notice it ripples, and it ripples and it touches other people and you may not even notice that it is. Like, it's like the world is always going round and round and round, and time always flows, but there's many things that you cannot see and don't understand that is happening. There could be a connection that is forming right now that will lead you to meet as your destined one, you know? Me. Just but no, yeah, it's true. Like, you really have to, you see, you look at it from, I'm telling you, you're looking at it from a single mindset, your own perspective. Stop looking at the world through just your own perspective. You need to see the world from a wider perspective. Don't look at the picture only where it's going on. Look at the entire picture. And it's hard to see in the beginning. It really takes a lot of effort to see it. But when you look at things in a wider scale, you realize that everything is interconnected. And you think that you're just living life like without purpose, or that you're not making any influence on anything. But the thing is that you just living and doing things and just, you know, being yourself, like, you don't even realize that it is influencing everything. You matter in this universe and in this world. And if you were out of the equation, there are many things that wouldn't be able to happen. You can't put yourself ever out of the equation. And you'll understand one day. I know without a doubt you'll understand one day. You'll be like, wow, that thing that weird blue cow lady said is actually kind of true. It just takes time, you know? Nothing happens from one night to the other. You know, a rainforest cannot grow in one night. It takes time. You know, after the fire burns the entire forest and burns and kills many animals and gets rid of their houses and their livelihood, like, with time, the trees will grow again and there will be new, you know, life and new houses for the little animals and new things. Like, sometimes it's just how it is. It's really just a cycle. And you matter. You're part of, like, the cycle. You matter. Like, it's what I said. It's like something could be happening right now. Right now. Because of that one decision you made in work, because you made the decision for whatever reason, Or maybe you decided to do something good for no reason, and that is affecting someone else, you know? It's like, you matter, and what you do in your life matters as well. So don't just do nothing. Yeah, try to do something new, try to do something fun. Just be true to yourself and be as good as a person that you can be. You know, even if you think the world has nothing good to offer you, it doesn't mean you don't have anything good to offer the world. You know? And the universe works like a mirror. So if you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm never gonna find anyone, I'm never gonna amount to anything, you know, I'm never gonna matter, then that's sometimes how you will feel. But the universe will find ways of showing you that that's not how it is. So stop thinking that, okay? Don't think that. I love you very much, and I'm very happy you were born, and I'm happy you're here, and I want you to know that I appreciate you. So you can't do anything dumb, okay? Baka. Baka. My cute baka. So you promised me, right? We're in it together, okay? Don't make me cry. You can cry. You can cry. Let it out. There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't show you're weak or anything. It shows you're human. Anyway, that's enough of Cow's TED Talk. Oh my god, it's like I lost completely the fact that I was supposed to be drawing. Guys, it's okay, don't worry, alright? No matter what, like, I'm always going to be here for you, okay? That's also important for you to always remember. I have a girlfriend, should I be watching this? Of course you can! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm not gonna freaking steal you from your girlfriend! I'm just a cow! I'm just trying to make you happy or make you smile, you know? She will steal you? No! I will steal your girlfriend. Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, we're just having fun. We're just chilling. We're actually just really vibing, like on a real level. On a real to real basis, we vibing. Yeah, the more the merrier. My coffee got really, oh fuck, I gotta heat it up. Milky rizzing? You kidding me? My Riz power is like unparalleled. No, it's actually really cringy. God level cow Riz, imagine. By the way, guys, were we supposed to draw or no? Steal your girlfriend and hide in the closet with her? Ayo, 7 seconds, 7 minutes in heaven, or is it 7 seconds in heaven? No, it's 7 minutes in heaven, I think. Drawing, we were doing that? Yeah, I know, right? We were like, what? We were doing that? Movement instead? Oh my god. Little point now? Damn, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Do I really talk that much? Damn, girl, you talk that much? Bitch, you talk that much? Damn, I can't believe I talk that much. Was I literally rambling? Oh my god, I lost track of the time. It's like time flew right out the window. Can you talk more? It was good. Really, you guys liked it? Really? Thank you. I really appreciate it. Honestly, like, it makes me happy that I can share my experiences with you guys and be very transparent. Like, I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to, like, be ashamed of what I went through and like that. And yeah, no, definitely without a doubt, I should never have to feel that way. Because, like, my experiences are my experiences and they really have shaped me of who I am now. And I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit, maybe I'm just different, but definitely not different. I mean, I have a lot of imperfections. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, honestly, maybe one of my bad habits and qualities is that sometimes, I do sometimes choose myself, in the sense that when it comes to spending time with other people, sometimes I do choose myself before others. I don't know if that's a bad quality, but I do that, and I am aware of doing that. But also, I know that it's not necessarily a bad quality because it means that I know when I need my time to myself, and when I know that I have, you know, like the mental capacity and the right mindset, and not like in a bad mood to be able to be in the presence of others. That's how I take it. Because there are times where I know I can't be in the presence of others, or I will snap, or I might like not give them my entire mental energy and stuff like that, like, because I do like to focus on other people. So there are times when I know I can't be in the presence of others and I need to be by myself. But some people may see it as a bad quality. I don't see it as a bad quality. I don't. Yes, it's a healthy habit for me to know when to place the boundaries. Sorry, just having some of my coffee. After all you've been through, it's good because it shows your understanding and putting your own needs first, and you know when you need it. You're right, yeah. Honestly, like, I'm sure the me of 10 years ago would have not understood how to do that very well. But the me of 10 years later does understand, so I guess it means like I do grow. I do technically grow. I'm gurgling everywhere. I mean, of course I grow, you silly cow. I'm sorry. I don't know, I'm still learning to give appreciation to myself and give myself like you know, that like, you know, you're doing okay kind of pat on the back. I'm not accustomed to it. It's why I said that sometimes I am dependent a little bit on others for when it comes to myself. Sometimes I do need that head pat, and that you did good. You did good. Just know that you did good. Like, everyone I feel like needs that. Everyone I feel like needs that, really. It's because of the fact that we're just so invested in our own mind that we don't take that time to give ourselves the shoulder pat, the head pat. Like, wow, like you actually did your best. Like, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You did as best as you could. You know, so, and I also think that it's just the fact that it's normal to receive that from others than it is as normal to receive it from yourself. So that's understandable. It's like, that's why sometimes, yeah, we're social creatures, right? So that's why I want to say, you know, just in case you don't ever do it for yourself, I'll do it for you, okay? Okay? I'm proud of you, right? I'm so fucking proud of you, and I want you to know that you're awesome, and you may not think you are, but I'm super proud of you. You deserve that recognition. You deserve it. You're doing awesome, okay? You're doing amazing. You're doing the best you can. And that's really, really good. And I'm just proud of you. I'm proud of you, bro. Do you play on VR? Sometimes. I need to get proper... I need to upgrade my my goggles. Yeah, because I still see very blurry, so I have to upgrade them. Vice versa. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Coffee. I'm just having my coffee right now. Yeah, we were supposed to draw. You should get a version of your model for VR. I am working on it, but there had been complications with my past 3D model that I had done in the summertime last year. Honestly, really sad complications, but I'm trying to see if we can get it fixed. I really am trying to see if we can get it fixed before having to commission a new one. But there probably will be a need to commission a new one, but the next one I get is going to be so high quality. It is going to be... I'm not cutting corners anymore. It's over. It's over. I learned from my experiences. As you know, 3D models are very expensive. But you would think 3K is good enough to get you a really good quality one. Is like, I don't know. From my experience, I don't think it's enough. So, in the future, if you ever see me doing like a shit ton of sponsorships, I will let you know that all that sponsorship money is most likely going to be funded into a new 3D model. Yeah, I regret. Basically, what happened is that I waited an entire year to get a slot with a Japanese 3D modeler. A Japanese 3D modeler, and they were charging, I won't lie, I'll be transparent with you guys, they were charging pretty much like 5 to 7K for a 3D model. But they were Japanese and they're so good. Their models are so high quality. Like, oh my god, they're just like chef's kiss. So beautiful. But I was like, that's too much. It's like, that's too much. So I went with someone else who was like, I think it was like 2 to 3K range. And I did not at all get what I really wanted. They're not a bad 3D modeler. It's just I have high expectations, I think is what it is. Especially when I'm always looking at how beautiful models these 3D Japanese 3D modelers do. Like, their models are so gorgeous. I wanted it. I wanted that quality and I didn't get it. And so I was like, oh, well, now I understand where all the funds go to and why it's so costly. You know, that's just how it is. Like, when you really want quality, you gotta fork out. It's just how it is. That's very much so. So I cut corners. I didn't end up getting what I really wanted and what I really had dreamed for. And so I regret. And I remember still regretting telling that guy, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not really interested right now. I told him maybe next time. So I'll have to snag a slot with them very soon. Probably it won't be my turn until another like year passes. I'm gonna be waiting another year, but it will be worth the wait, and this time I will go through with it. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like, so if you ever see me doing like a massive amount of sponsorships, I will let you guys know why. I will let you know why. Yeah, models are very expensive. Does Papa Jeff do 3D? No, he only does 2D. I'll be waiting then. Yeah, I just really I hate being like, I hate having really high expectations, but I think for some reason when it came to the 3D modeler, I fell in love with the way the Japanese 3D modelers make their models. I fell in love with it is what happened, and I never realized it. And I tried to kind of like cover, like try to achieve that with someone else, but they just weren't able to do it. So now I know what I want, and now next time I know that I'm gonna go for it no matter what. Oh, the rattling is it's the snow on the window pane. It's totally not rain, it's snow. With a little bit of hail. It's hail that's hitting the window. Yeah, so 30 Miilky will happen. Don't worry, 30 Miilky will happen now, but also in the future with a really amazing quality model. It's sleet, yeah, there we go. Sounds like some heavy snow today. Yeah, it is kind of, yeah, it's definitely not a good idea to go out right now. Also, I doubt any DoorDashers are gonna be open to DoorDashing today. Weather is really abysmal. It's bad. Oh, really? You thought you were... No, it's literally that. I'm actually surprised you guys can hear it. Sorry, I was stretching. Yeah, hail. I have sensitive hearing. Oh, it's okay, no worries. Honestly, it's pretty impressive. Yeah. Of course it's there when I'm in the mountain cabin. It's just sometimes the hills as well and sleets. Was that a meow? No, meow was meow. Meow. That was a majestic moo. Yeah. You guys wanna watch Moomin? What do you guys want to do? Like, we can watch Moomin if you guys want. We watch some Moomin. We watch about 3 episodes. Yeah, why don't we watch some Moomin since we can't really draw right now? I love the mountain cabin. Me too. It's really cozy up here. Moomin with the moo. Yeah. Moomin with the moo. Finish Resident Evil 8 mod check? Not today, honey. Today is cozy day. Moomin in here is a highlight to my week. Oh, me too, me too. Hi, Kapu. Alright, guys. So, if we're gonna watch Moomin, can you give me a moment? I'm gonna go put my mug away. It's dirty, and I want to put it into the sink. So, chotomate. Give me like 5 minutes, BRB.